Other companies might deliver a lot of hay. ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Progressive, you can get 24/7 protection, even if you break the space-time continuum.
Ted, wake up. Huh? You look exactly like me. I am you, Ted, from the future. You need to call Progressive. What? Why? Well, they have 24/7 protection when you bundle your home and auto. And my teleportation cube just smashed into your car. Wait, you crashed into my car? Technically, it's our car.
Progressive offers more than a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, which literally means anytime. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari on creating a well-balanced portfolio.
Are you just chasing this hot stock and that hot stock? Or do you have a plan? Do you have a balanced portfolio where you have a little bit in healthcare, a little bit in technology, a little bit maybe in energy even? How much do you have in the subsectors like communication services and technology? And then you look at all the stocks within those areas and say, okay, this is the one I like and this is the one that I don't like. But you have to have that balance. And then finding the right balance depending on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're looking for income in your portfolio, maybe you want more dividend-paying stocks. Or I've got 20 years, I want growth.
If you need help creating a well-balanced portfolio, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. Again, from your cell phone, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo, or visit compact.com and click on the Get Started button.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back, but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30-50-70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit iqannuity.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 Rollins Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, right alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And boy, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of baseball. We got a lot of football, maybe a little NBA later, maybe.
Do we have to?
Well, no, we're going to talk about the game tonight, that sort of thing.
Oh,
and
you mean that? Okay.
We can't just ignore what happened forever. We're going to have to face up to it. And one of the big questions, which we'll talk about in the 5 o'clock hour, it will be the hell's going on with this DeAndre Ayton thing.
Well,
But
I thought we faced up to it yesterday.
Well, we faced up to all the haters coming at us. And now it's a time we took a breath, and now we're going to have to take a look at what's going to happen next with these Phoenix Suns. They released a statement on Twitter, and maybe sometimes you don't have to do that, you know. They were like, I'll bring it up later and read it to you, but I wasn't going to do that right here. But yeah, I don't know if that little Twitter statement by the Suns is going to sit well with a whole lot of people. I would imagine if you read the comments on the Suns Twitter post, it'll be almost as fun as listening to the show.
Okay.
We'll deal with that later. 888-368-1580. But we're going to start today's show. We're going to talk about the Diamondbacks. And yesterday they dropped one to the Dodgers. Close game, 5-4. And, all right, it's the Dodgers. And today I was just kind of happy because the Diamondbacks were up on the Dodgers until just a little bit ago. So now it's 7-5 Dodgers, and it is the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. So it's the Dodgers' revenge on the Diamondbacks because the Diamondbacks won the last series with them. So, all right, that's cool. That's fine. It's all right. No problem. No problem at all. But today was actually the start of the first split doubleheader in Dodger Stadium history. That is what is happening right there for them. If we're going to help the Dodgers make history, I'd like to be the kind of history where we win the games. But, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is. And we, here in Arizona Diamondbacks land, we hate the Dodgers. But it does not look like it's going the way for the Diamondbacks right now. Game 1, 7-5 currently in Chavez Ravine against the Dodgers. And by the way, the Dodgers, I mean, they own us in Chavez Ravine over the last couple of seasons. So, the Diamondbacks near the bottom of the National League, I think near the bottom of MLB baseball.
Why are you even reading the standings?
In runs scored, and in fielding percentage. And listen, I don't know why anybody is surprised. We're going May 17th, and we're going June next, and then July. Then we'll have the break, and in August, September, and they'll be out of it. They'll be packing up their lockers, in September, and they'll be heading home and regroup for another season in 2023.
We don't have to do this every time we talk about the Diamondbacks. Sometimes we can just say, hey, they're playing a game. Hooray, they won. Ah, shucks, they lost. And here's hoping for a better game next time. We're not looking for solutions or reasons. We're not looking for people to blame. I mean, the people to blame are higher up in the organization. Those are the people to blame. The rest is just, okay, this is what we got. Let's see what happens.
Best case scenario, we split the doubleheader with the Dodgers. I don't know that that's going to happen. It's the bottom of the 8th right now, 2 outs. Los Angeles 7, Arizona 5. We'll see what happens from there.
Well, yeah. Of course, in this doubleheader, their bullpen has got a lot of injuries. So eventually they're going to run out of people who can throw the ball effectively. And the Diamondbacks should be able to get the bats going.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The Diamondbacks are not an offensive juggernaut team. Christian Walker is doing okay. Eric Thomas, that kid that came up, they have to bring up another kid because they had to put Nick Ahmed on the IL. I think it's because of the COVID. It is what it is. Diamondbacks are going to have a long season, and we'll have to wait and see how it kind of shakes out.
I don't want to do a post-mortem on them every time, especially when they're in the middle of a game. You know what I mean? And anything could happen.
Early enough in the season, I never thought this was going to be a playoff team, but I think that there is some room for optimism because, they can really pitch. And so there's no game that they're going to be completely out of.
Their starting pitching, Keon, is
right,
great.
Right.
But their bullpen is
bad.
Abhorrent. Yeah.
It is bad. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But starting pitching does count for something, and I do think that keeps them in games. It makes them a more entertaining team than we thought we were going to get out of the Diamondbacks, and it's something to build off of. That now you can go. Maybe you can target the bullpen. Maybe you can start going for some bats.
I will say this: Diamondbacks right now are not the worst team in the National League West. They are actually a game ahead of Colorado. Now, if they lose today and Colorado wins, that puts them in a virtual tie with the Rockies for, last place.
Yeah, but as far as in the entire Major League Baseball, they're not anywhere near the worst.
They're towards the bottom.
They're around 500.
But last time I looked, they were right in the middle. Did something happen?
Their record is 500 right now. But if they lose today, they'll drop below 500. And look, you've got a lot of guys you got to play in the National League West. You have to play, the Dodgers, I think 19 times. You got to play San Diego 19 times. You got to play San Francisco. These are all teams that are, quite a bit better than you are. We'll see how this season shakes out. I mean, anything can happen, but I don't see it happening this season for the Diamondbacks.
we got to get you out of this Suns lost, in 7 funk, Randy.
Well, I don't know
think
that's what it is.
I think you have a little bit of a Phoenix sports hangover right now.
Well,
it was hard to watch that happen. They were supposed to be the team that bring us the championship this year. And then the Diamondbacks came back and they were like, oh, well, okay. Not pleasant surprise some days, but for the most part, they're going to be who we know they are. It's all right. We don't have to keep beating the dead horse on that.
Well,
Cardinals have issues with the quarterback and either the way that series, not series, but the way the playoffs ended for you last year. And, the Coyotes are, it's sort of a joke right now. The 5,000 people get to watch them next season, and they've lost they're homeless basically. So I understand your Arizona sports hangover. I mean,
the Diamondbacks were hot there for a while. They were winning some games, winning more than losing, but in their last 6 games, they're 2-4.
Listen, we got to get you out of this radio Eeyore mood of yours.
I'm not in an Eeyore.
We've got to get you happy.
Bringing you to the stats.
We got to have some fun here.
Oh my God!
I just want to get you. I want you to be. I want you to be happy. I don't want you to fake it. I don't want you to be honest. That's what you are.
I'm not
I appreciate
faking
that.
anything. They're 2-4 their last 6 games.
I know. I'm just saying. Just maybe
they lost 2
back.
to the Cubs, and they lost the first game last night to the Dodgers 5-4. They're losing now. We'll see what happens in the second game of the doubleheader. We'll see.
And that's okay. Might have lost a couple to the Cubs, but they're still not worse than the Cubs.
It is what it is right now.
The teams in the National League, there are plenty of teams below the Diamondbacks. The Braves right now, my Nationals, the Reds, the Cubs, the Pirates.
Well, everybody is ahead of the Reds. I mean, the Reds are just sitting.
It's something. We got to get that spark lit back up for old Randy White. We got to find some joy in these things, and if it's not in the W's, then we got to find it somewhere.
Well, my team is only better than the Reds, and I'm taking that as a sign of optimism.
At least things, at least we're better than the Nationals. At least the Lakers never even made the playoffs. At least you got to find the at least to help you get through, Randy.
I don't think I could have been a fan of any sports team I currently am without those. It wouldn't have been possible.
I just know what the Diamondbacks have facing them, and it's not good. So I'm surprised they're at 500 right now. When they leave Chavez Rabin, I don't expect them to be 500.
Okay.
There's a lot of baseball to play. We'll have to see.
I don't want you. Maybe we shouldn't talk. Well, see, here's the thing. If we don't talk about any sports, I think we're going to get called into somebody's office,
Well, I love talking about the Diamondbacks. I love talking about baseball, but there's got to be some other stories besides the Diamondbacks.
It's a rough patch for us for sure. So we will hope for the best, plan for the worst, and we'll see what happens next. I still find joy in all these things because, as the great Randy White once said, you got to play all the games.
Yeah, you do.
And as the not as great Jeffrey O'Brien said, take each game as its own story. Find your joy in that. Have a beer, watch the game. And even if the Diamondbacks lose, you get to watch a game, and maybe you're just having a good time. You just got to find your moments, and it goes across all of our sports. We're getting ready here for training camp for the Cardinals in the not too distant future.
Yes,
stuff is going on there, and we'll find our moments, Randy. We will find.
Well, I know we will. I know
stuff, and I know you're just still hurting after what happened with the Suns. I get
it.
But we got to look forward, not behind us.
Well, you're right.
And Mars Bars 805, I will never launch into the lyrics of that song. I'm smart enough to not do that anymore. I used to do it all the time, but now, no. Bad Mars Bars. That's not even right. That's not even right. Is that where you're going to find your joy? Really?
Me?
Just been making me miserable? Is that it? Is this how this is going to work?
I don't want to make you miserable at all. I'm just trying to be a realistic Diamondbacks fan here and not.
That has nothing to do with what you just did there.
Well, you were saying that you were talking as though it was the Pina Colada song.
What if it wasn't? And now you just tortured me twice for no good reason. I mean, it
I
totally
think it
was.
was the
Yeah,
Pina
well, yeah.
Colada song.
Well, then I'm not even going to read any of those kind of texts. Now I'm
I
not
think
gonna,
it was.
I'm
Was
not
it
even
not
going to
the
mention
Pina
that
Colada
they came
song?
in.
Was it not the Pina Colada song?
I'll neither confirm or deny these allegations because I'm
And it
afraid you'll
was.
do it again.
Keon, and that's what I mean right there. It was the Pina Colada song, and I played it, and now the listeners happy.
Why
and
did
Jeffrey,
you think that is what you're supposed to do? I've begged you not to do that for years.
I'm the bartender. Hey, would they call up and ask for an 805? Bam! I crack open an 805. They ask for a Maker's Mark on the rocks. I pull them. They ask for a pina colada.
If you like pina colada,
Swear to
I
God.
make them a pina colada. See what I'm saying?
Your next contract is going to have a fine system where every time you fire that, you lose money. That's what I'm going to do.
Contract?
Mars Bars 805 does say Happy Taco Tuesday.
Hey.
He said it's not a hangover. It's a Phoenix curse. He says refs in 7. No, not on this one. It was definitely not the refs. We have a new texter here on the text line. A new texter. 0420 is the last four
No
numbers.
kidding.
Of that, yeah.
0420.
0420.
How'd you get that number? Nice.
It says, hey, my Red Sox are 7 games below 500. Keep your head up, Randy.
Yeah,
Keep your head up.
I listen. I'm not bummed out. I just, it's a terrible Tuesday. It's I think the morning show called it a blue Tuesday. It's a terrible Tuesday.
Why were they complaining about it?
They were talking about the Suns' demise and all the news that are coming out. I'm sure we're going to touch on the same thing coming up here later on in the show.
Oh, I thought maybe Dale ran into Pop-Tarts or something.
No, Dale had plenty of Pop-Tarts today, but he was talking about, the Suns going down and all of the infighting that's happening on this team that we were not aware of until Game 7 of the damn series against Dallas. And could it not be anybody else besides Dallas? I mean, listen, if it was like Sacramento, I would be okay with it. If it was, I don't know, the Clippers, I would be okay with it. But Dallas, really?
I know, man. I know.
I mean, I hear you.
I'm trying to avoid that subject, but if you want to jump in, we can jump in right now because I've got questions, I've got thoughts, and we have to figure out what's going to happen next. But maybe the 5 o'clock hour. Give you a chance.
You guys see my coffee cup? I'm a diehard Diamondbacks fan. I have
some whiskey in that thing.
I have my Diamondbacks cup here, and listen, I haven't given up, but this season I'm a realist. I know what's going on.
Lost Toby says a nice cold drink does sound really good right now. Take care, Lost Toby. Big George says, hey, gentlemen, happy Tuesday. Randy, don't be so mopey. Diamondbacks are at 500 and are playing good baseball. They're competitive in every game they play. What more could we ask for? You need to be more positive, Randy.
When the Diamondbacks leave Chavez Ravine, I don't want to hear it out of you, Big George, or anybody else. Let me just say it and be very clear. They will not be a 500 team.
Okay, so be it. It's going to happen. That's going to happen. And I
have to fix my scoreboard here.
Oh no. He's got did the game end? Did I miss something? What scoreboard? What is he doing?
I've got a standings board right here.
Yeah, he's got a standings board. He keeps track.
Couldn't that wait until later?
No, it happens right now.
Well, the game's not even over yet. The game's
every
not over.
week.
They're 18-18 right now. Right?
It's a standings board.
There's a guy on
fourth
third
place. We're in fourth place right now above the Rockies.
Okay, but listen, there's a guy on third, and Marte is up to bat right now.
Jeffrey, I had the Diamondbacks in fifth place. I had to move them to fourth place because it was not accurate. You know how I am about this stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going the other direction with that or something.
Well, no, because the Rockies still stay.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Let me get back to the text line 888-368-1580. Blissel Hayes says, "What time do the Suns play tonight?" Up yours. Fed Fan says, "Keep all sharp items away from Randy today."
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we can't. We can't.
What are you
There's
guys talking?
so many dangerous things
Really?
in the room he's in right
Really?
now. It's impossible.
Oh my god.
King of Kitten says, okay, 9th inning in LA. Here we go. Down 2, like Harry used to say when I was a kid, let's get some runs. And he says, Dave Roberts has now been ejected from the game for arguing about his balls.
Well, good. Bastard.
Good.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Blissful Hayes says, is it true Kendall Jenner broke up with Devin Booker last week to start dating Luka Doncic?
We can only hope.
No, it's none of that is true. Come on, guys. 888-368-1580. Diamondback score, says King of Kittens. Yeah, my what I'm looking at is
7-6 now.
Yeah, I've got a delay on my information here. So keep us up to date, okay, Keon?
Will do.
All right. So here, let me distract you with this. As bad as the bullpen is for the Diamondbacks, at least it's not this guy bad. You see that guy right there?
No.
That is a DJ. And I want to bring this up. He's not
All
a
right.
radio DJ. He's like a club DJ. First off, he came out to do a first pitch for the Red Sox, and many are saying this was the worst first pitch, maybe even on par with 50 Cent.
Look at that form. I mean, he's already, what is he doing?
Yeah,
Is he trying
the ball is coming out of his hands up there already.
It looks like he's trying
where
to
the hell's
put it
he
into
looking?
orbit.
I mean, let's break this down for a second. Look, he's not looking at his target. He's looking straight up. What the hell's he looking at? Like a spacecraft? Is there like a UFO overhead? And what the hell's up with those pants? How do you expect him to throw strikes with
Pants
those
are a man
pants?
card violation for sure. I
Thank
ain't
you.
kidding. So here's who this guy was. Steve Aoki. He's like I said, they call him a EDM DJ. And when I saw DJ Steve Aoki, I'm like, you know what? I don't want any of my brothers and sisters in the profession of radio to get tagged with this horribleness. This is a club DJ, okay?
EDM.
Not a
Yeah.
radio personality, a club DJ, which really is like, oh, that's cute. I can push play on my laptop too, but whatever. So this guy comes out there to do the first pitch, and when he threw it, it did go high, Randy. High. Like we're talking about 20 rows high.
Well, that's where he was looking.
Past the backstop.
That's where he was looking.
It went like a fly ball, basically.
Yeah.
Way up into the actual seats. So
yeah.
So this guy right here, at least he's not in your bullpen. Horrible. You know what though? I think that is not as bad as when you put it in the dirt. You know what I mean? Or when you throw it far left or far right. I'd rather see it fly up. At least it showed an effort rather than just
the people who put it in the dirt don't realize that the mound drops a little bit, and they just. I mean, I've seen athletes, like just maybe not baseball players, but athletes just put it directly into the ground of the mound. So I guess his determination was that's not going to happen. But
well, here's why. Because back in 2015, he had a first pitch and he threw it into the dirt in front of the catcher.
Right.
So he was like, there's no way I'm doing that again this time.
No, I'll just launch it into orbit this time.
6 years later, I call that an overcompensation. Might need to work on that and practice. If you're ever fortunate to go out and do a first pitch ever, practice.
I did at a minor league game.
How'd it go?
The Chattanooga Lookouts. Good, because I practiced.
See? You don't even have to throw a damn strike. You just got to get it respectably to the guy, the catcher.
Yeah, I didn't put heat on it. I just got it there, and he was like, "That's one of the best first pitches we've ever seen." Which is
accuracy is more impressive than velocity. That's something you have to remember on a first pitch. You just got to get it there. George W. Bush was a hero after 9/11 when he threw that first pitch, and
right
it was
down the damn middle.
Right. Say what you will about his intelligence and his ability as a president and how he started a war we really didn't need to be in and all those things. But you go back to that pitch, everybody remembers, that was a good pitch. That was a good pitch. So always make sure you practice your first pitch. Guarantee you W did. All right, let's take a break. We come back. I've got some more fun baseball stuff for you, Randy. I'm trying to cheer you up, damn it.
Okay, I love it. All right, let's go.
Let's do that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Stanley Cup playoffs resume this evening with 2 second-round matchups. Lightning and Panthers will play against each other. Florida is the favorite in tonight's game on their home ice. They're paying out at -160 on the money line, over under at 6.5 goals. And then Colorado sitting as a -220 favorite at home tonight against the St. Louis Blues. The over under at 6.5 goals. Colorado is considered the favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year. They pay out at plus 210. The Florida Panthers have the second best odds at plus 370. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com. Come join the fun as Kasai Japanese Steakhouse presents its first annual Fire and Fairways charity golf tournament, Monday morning, June 6th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Proceeds go to support Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Entry is just $150, includes contests, prizes, raffles, plus a fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. You can help. They need sponsors, golfers, and prize donations. And you can win a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com today.
Public service announcement from Summit Male Medical. Guys often confuse erectile dysfunction with low testosterone. They are two different issues with two separate treatments. ED is simply a blood flow issue. Low T is a health issue. Symptoms include lack of muscle mass, gaining a few pounds, low energy, irritability, low libido. At Summit Medical, we treat both because we're experts at both. We've been here in the Valley since 2008. We treated tens of thousands of patients, not only from here, but all over the country, coming to us specifically. And compare our pricing with others. We are the low price leaders. And combine that with the most experienced staff in the business for ED and PE treatments, and that is an unbeatable combination. We dare you to compare. Please do. So if you're having intimacy issues, please let us show you how we can help you tomorrow if you call today. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. It will be the best call you ever make.
We just can't help it. We have to do it. It's in our DNA. At 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, we have to bring you the most epic moments in sports.
NCAA football, NASCAR racing, Arizona Magnus football, golf, Vegas Raiders, March Madness, NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we can't help it. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
You know, Jeffrey, yes. After the Suns game the other night, Sergeant White, my oldest, deployed overseas right now. He asked that all of the major sports teams of Arizona lower him down, be pallbearers at his funeral, so they could let him down one more time.
Well, I think
Diamondbacks lose 7-6, game one.
there's a lot of years before that ends up being a thing. But yeah, I'm sure they'll be letting him down for years to come. But at least once it'd be nice to get lifted up again.
Well, the one time with the damn World Series, the Rose Bowl championship. But what else?
Listen, there's some towns that have it worse. Okay, let's just let's find our moments and try to find our happiness where we can find it. Yes, the Diamondbacks just dropped that game. With any luck, they win this next one at 7:00, and they leave the Ravine with 500 intact. It doesn't
one
matter.
More game tomorrow.
It doesn't. Okay, fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
four-game
matter.
Series. Yeah.
They got to let's not get hung up on standings, okay?
Then they go to
standings
Atlanta.
don't matter. It
Then
doesn't matter who's next. It doesn't matter who they played before. Take each game as its own thing.
Go to Chicago. Go to Chicago next. Play 4 in Chicago. Now, here's a couple of wins coming up. Kansas City. Then they lose 3 to Los Angeles again. And then they lose 3 to Atlanta. But then they play Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. So there's 7 wins right there.
So I'll be winning the poo. Keon, you get to be Christopher Robin.
Okay. And we play
Randy is Eeyore.
Play Cincinnati again.
Well, we
so
play Cincinnati again.
And then the Twins come to Phoenix, and they'll kick our ass. So there's 3 more from the Twins.
Can we not do this? I want to move on to something else.
All right, go ahead.
I mean, the Diamondbacks did
Move
score
the
a
hell
run.
on,
They
Jeffrey.
did get closer. Okay, but Blissful Hayes has a perfectly good question about nothing to do with the Diamondbacks. Is Cobra playing tonight for the Celtics? All I know is no Horford tonight, no Smart tonight for the Celtics versus the Heat. That's what I know. Who the hell's Cobra?
Yeah, I'm trying to gather who that is. I've not heard that nickname. Maybe I just don't follow the Celtics that closely.
Cobra. Yeah. Mr. Pringle says Suns in 9. We got to believe. We got to win game 8 in Dallas. Lost Toby says, not the way that series is going. Dodgers can go to hell. And Big George says, yeah, I'm pretty sure Jeffrey is Winnie the Pooh. Keon is Tigger and Randy is Eeyore. I just said that, George.
You know what, Big George?
You did give me Christopher Robin, but
you know what, Big George? If I'm Eeyore, who the hell
Tigger.
are you? Spazzo? Are you Spazzo? Fire him! Fire him! Fire Hurley! Fire LaMelo!
So.
Fire everybody!
I don't think
Oh
there's
my
a
God,
Spazzo.
they lost Spazzo. That's Big George.
No,
Spazzo.
Keon is Christopher Robin for sure because he's the new guy here to the however many acre woods, and he's sort of like, okay, I'm enjoying this. I don't get much of it, but okay. He's been kind of that, and if anybody's going to be Tigger, it'd be me. But I just went with Winnie the Pooh just because, got to make Randy Eeyore. Yeah. But no, Keon's Christopher Robin, 100%, I think. I don't know.
And
If I'm
Eeyore?
wrong, I'm wrong. You're
Well, then,
definitely right now. You're
Big-
Eeyore. Most days
Well-
you're Tigger. Okay.
Well-
Most days you are Tigger. Today you're
Well,
Eeyore.
I got to tell you, the Big George is Spazzo.
He says he's Piglet. You're not. No.
He's not Piglet. He's He's Spazzo.
There is no character big enough for Big George.
That's
There's
right.
No,
That's why
you're a
we call him
tree.
Spazzo.
You're a
because-
tree in the 1,000 acre woods. How's that? Or however many acres it is.
He's Spazzo the tree.
Blissful Hayes says, thank you for your service, Sergeant White. By the way, Cobra is Marcus Smart.
No, he's not playing.
Literally never heard him called that, but all
Not
right.
playing.
Cobra.
No, he's not playing. He's got a mid-foot sprain.
A mid-foot sprain?
Yeah. So my guess
Can
would
we just
be,
call that a foot spring?
it is a foot sprain, but they got specific with the location. So not a good sign, because that's like where the plantar fasciitis comes from, is if that starts to tear on you. There's
I always
no
think of Goldmember when you say fasciitis. Oh no, plantar fasciitis. Oh, gold fasciitis. Robert Surprise says, okay, enough. I'm not reading these Suns quotes anymore. Santa's number one helper says, those losers on the other station have a text line that they never read. Like Bruce Jacobs. Dale reads it. Dale reads it.
Dale does read it. I have heard that happen.
Lost Toby says Barkley saying Dallas will beat the Warriors because they're better at small ball basketball is a wild take. What?
It's not
Right.
that wild. The Mavs are not that big of a team. So
but nobody's better at small ball than the Warriors.
Well, the Warriors, I think, have had they were like the precursor. They were the team that started doing the small ball lineup sort of before everybody else
created
did.
that template.
Yeah, and they have reconfigured their death lineup, which is that small ball lineup.
Death lineup?
Yeah, I mean, because the amount
Who's
of points
got the death lineup?
the Warriors
Who is that?
do.
The Warriors have a death
What the
lineup?
Warriors need, when they put in that small ball lineup, they outscore teams by an insane amount. It's called the death lineup.
But see, here's the problem with that. They need a giant thing of Windex because of how streaky they are.
The Warriors
They are
will come out onto the court with their death lineup.
Death lineup.
It's going to be death for anybody who walks onto the court.
Death lineup.
Against the death lineup.
Death.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not so deathy. Sometimes it's just somebody's bricky. They're more bricky than deathy. It's the brick lineup some days. Jake the Snake says Big George is Groot. I don't think we can combine
He's
those,
not Groot.
the
No.
MCU and the the Winnie the Pooh, the MCU and the Winnie the Pooh. They don't know. It's like DC.
Big George is Spazzo. Haven't you guys seen him on
There's
the
no
Twitter?
Spazzo.
It is Spazzo. He's Spazzo
You
the
just
Giant.
made that up, and your
No,
name is
he's
not
Spazzo
blind.
the Giant. Come on. When the ASU dropped the game, oh, Hurley must go now. Hurley must go now. The Diamondbacks lose today. The fire LaVella. You know the way he is. He's Spazzo the Giant.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right about the fact that he's Spazzo the Giant, but he's not in the Winnie the Pooh universe. Sorry. It's not canon. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Well, maybe he's the tree that we all live in.
That's what I'm saying. No, that sounds wrong.
We all live in the tree of Big George.
No. Well, I mean, if let's say we were fighting on an ice planet and here comes Darth Vader and then I find myself freezing, I could cut George open, crawl inside him and stay warm until help came. I could do that.
Yeah.
What is that? A tauntaun, a wonton? What was that thing that he was riding on the ice planet and
it was a
big
wonton,
frozen snotty thing?
That's not a wonton. That's
what is that thing? That like a kangaroo
talk or
TikTok?
Is it a talk? I don't know. Come on, Keon. You're the
come on,
Star
nerd.
Wars guy.
Help us out.
What was that horse-like creature that he
I don't
cut
remember.
open?
I don't remember what it was called, and I watched Star Wars as an adult. It's like the one. It's the one thing I'm not that nerdy about.
I just made George into my own sleeping bag right here. There's room for two. Seriously, come on in. Yeah, I'm sitting there when I'm watching that movie. I see that now as an adult. I'm like, that animal had a family. You know
what though? He didn't
make
even
a
realize
jacket.
he was dead. He didn't even realize.
You better make a jacket out of him. That's all I'm going to say.
He did. He made a sleeping bag out.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
You get a jacket, you wear that. You wear that for the rest of your life because that thing saved your life. Okay. You know what I'm saying? King Kitten says, to be fair, or rather, to be clear, Diamondbacks play in Los Angeles tonight at 7, again tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Thursday in Chicago at 4:40. Then 3 games Friday, Saturday, Sunday at traditional WGN start time of 11:20 a.m. Phoenix time.
Yeah, 4 against Chicago. Yes.
Thank you for the clarity, King of Kittens.
Thank you.
Robert in Surprise says, did you guys already do it? The over-under for wins for the Cardinals this year already? Yes, we did.
No.
Actually, I've got it right here.
No.
I called 12 wins for the Cardinals. Keon called 11. Randy called 16. So and a lot of people think that we were all overly generous with these, but this is just the best known information that we have in front of us right now.
I've seen some guys go like they're going to have 7 wins. That's it.
Yeah. So a lot of those guys have been on the text line, and a lot of those guys probably just.
Well, what do you do with this? You know how the Cardinals fade at the end of the season. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be gone for almost half the season. He comes back. And suddenly they start winning, so they might lose a couple of those games up front where they don't have DeAndre Hopkins, but they've got AJ Brown. Nobody's taking that into consideration. And then all of a sudden they got DeAndre Hopkins coming back, and they win out and they go to the damn playoffs, and they win in the playoffs, and they go to the damn championship game. What do you think about that? That's what I say. How's that for being Eeyore? Everybody.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's optimism. That is optimism.
I got your Eeyore right here in my right inseam. That's where I've got your Eeyore. Right here. Right there.
See, now right after that, I hate to do this, but Fed fan says she's like, yep, that death lineup is fun to watch. The timing could not have been better, Randy. Well done. Fifth letter says, if only the Suns had a death lineup. Fish Tank says, I can't root for Luka, and I don't need to see Steph win another ring, so I'm pulling for whoever comes out of the East. Who's with me? I'll tell you what, this year, I think there's a very strong possibility that whoever comes out of the East wins the whole damn thing. But
the two best defensive teams that are left are in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Connecticut Texture says, I don't know, Rabbit is pretty spaz. Mr. Wilbur says, I will leave this earth having never seen Star Wars and having no desire to ever see Star Wars. Jeffrey,
Really?
You can spare us all the Star Wars jokes. You can kiss my ass, Wilbur. I do what I want. And just because you are one of those, I don't even own a TV. Oh, wait, he's blind. Never mind. Sorry, taking it back. But you get the point. One of those people.
Oh, damn.
Just saying. You don't got to be a snob about things. I never experienced Star Wars.
Emotional damage.
Mr. Wilbur said, thank you. Mr. Pringle says, with no Cobra, no Hartford, Celtics are likely going to need some big games from JT and Liberation. Hopefully Batman is up to the challenge of guarding Bam. Go Celtics. Pringle, we don't know who the hell you're talking about with some of these things.
I mean, I will say I'm so damn impressed by the Boston Celtics. They had
You've been on them the entire time.
They had a head coach that moved to the front office because Ainge, he ended up retiring. And then they brought in a new head coach is Ime. What's his name? What? Ime what?
Ime Udoka.
There you go. They brought him in. What a damn good coach. And look what he's done with this team. It's something that the other guy who's now in the front office, something that he couldn't do. He's taken a team essentially, and he's walked them all through the regular season, kept them healthy, kept them playing hard, and now they're in the damn Eastern Conference Championship series. I'm so damn impressed by those guys.
They're an impressive bunch.
Hey, Randy, Bruno Baller wants to know who you have the Cardinals losing their only game to this year. Who was that? Was it the Rams? Who was that?
No, I think it might have been the Chiefs. Maybe. Wait, that's the first game.
He was kind of like
right.
down the list there a little bit.
I'll have to think about. I'll have to go look at the schedule.
I think it was the Rams.
I think it
was it the Rams? Maybe we'll give one to the Rams because they're so damn arrogant.
I guarantee you there is some super fan right now who knows the answer to this and will have it on the text line in no time flat. Like they'll say, I meet people in person and
Maybe
they're like,
it was the Panthers.
They're like, hey, remember when you said that? And I'm like,
nope. You remember this show better than we do. We walk out of here and don't remember a damn thing.
We go watch other shows, so we don't track what happens on this one.
No idea what I said yesterday.
Santa's number one helper says, Randy, can we get a weather forecast, please?
Well, I mean, absolutely. From the 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White, going to be hot, and more hot. Heat. Ow, hot. Oh, my God, it's hot. It's going to be hot. Hot. It's going to remain hot until December. Then it'll cool off to a mild temperature around 75 or so on Christmas Day. And New Year's Day, we might even see overnight lows down to the 40s. Then it'll be back up into the mid-70s again on New Year's Day. From the 1580 the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White, where it's hot. Oh, my God, it's hot. Back to you, Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought we all agreed that 110 was hot. 100 is just warm. It's 101 right now. So
well, it's 102 in Phoenix right now.
Still, I thought we had agreed on what hot was.
Well,
warm was.
I don't. I mean hot for the rest of everybody else.
All right, for the
not
like
for
Keon,
us.
For Keon and
for
Izzy.
Keon, it's hot. Yeah, 102.
Maybe even Ron because he's from Detroit. Which, by the way, if you see him wearing a Detroit Lions T-shirt, don't make fun of him.
No,
because I did.
Did you really?
I was like. What? He thought I was giving him a hard time for wearing a T-shirt, and
how'd that go for him?
I'm like, wow, you really wore that here today? He's like, well, I just was doing a thing. He was like, and I felt so bad. It was so innocent. I'm just like, it was more about the fact you're wearing a Lions T-shirt than anything.
I've got to get my Lions.
Well, yeah, but you get defensive about it because you're like, well, no, wait, whoa, that's not my team. I just happen to wear the thing.
No, it's his team. But don't tease him if you see him wearing Lion stuff. And if you really value your job, never mistake the Michigan State Spartans for Michigan whoever's. I don't even know.
I've got breaking news here.
All right, we're late for a break. Let's do it.
I'm sorry.
Break that news, Randy.
You want me to
break
do
that
it right
news?
now?
Break that news. Do it right now. Break that news.
Newsflash. This is breaking news.
So, newly addition to the White family, Brody White was born just a bit ago. I don't have my glasses on. 18 inches long.
It's a baby.
He was 9 pounds. It looks like.
Wow.
Healthy. Mom and baby are healthy. So welcome to the world, Brody White, the newest grandchild to the Randy White stable.
My God, 9 pounds. Sounds like he came out ready to arm wrestle.
Yeah, he's ready to kick ass and take names.
That's
so
Brody
White.
Congratulations.
Yeah, there you go. Just
Brody White.
Brody White. Jacob and Kelly White giving birth today to Brody White. So there you go.
There you go. Congratulations, one and all. Glad everybody is safe and happy. Let's take that break. We'll be back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
At Progressive, you can get 24/7 protection, even if you break the space-time continuum.
Ted, wake up. Huh? You look exactly like me. I am Ted from the future. You need to call Progressive. What? Why? Well, they have 24/7 protection when you bundle your home and auto. And my teleportation cube just smashed into your car. Wait, you crashed into my car? Technically, it's our car.
Progressive offers more than a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, which literally means anytime. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
You retire only once, so you've got to stick the landing. There are many choices to make when you retire, but choosing the right advisor might be the most important one you ever make. The right advisor can help you avoid mistakes, avoid income shortfall later in life, and help you grow your money with smarter investments. To retire comfortably, you need to know that all your bills are paid, your investments are well chosen, and your income is secure for life. The IQ Wealth Smarter Bucketing System does all of this for you by separating your money into clear and distinct buckets, each with its own specific task and time deadline. You retire only once, but Steve Jurich at IQ Wealth Management helps people retire and stay retired every day.
Advisory services by IQ Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. Custodian Fidelity. Get smart and decisive in 2021. Let's meet soon. Visit IQWealth.com, IQWealth.com, IQWealth.com.
Living with chronic pain isn't really living at all. So why don't you do something about it?
I just learned to deal with the pain. I mean, I don't want to go through a long, agonizing surgery.
Or some doctor will just put me on meds for eternity. I don't like taking medication. Avoid both of those with stem cell regeneration therapy. It's non-invasive and, in most cases, with only a single injection, you're on your way to pain-free life.
Stem cell regeneration is just one of many effective alternative therapies at the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale. Our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We often help people who have not found relief with other treatments. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports.
D-backs drop one in Chavez Ravine, so that puts them a game under 500. But you know what? No problem. They've got another game coming up here at 7:10 our time. They'll take on the Dodgers, and they've got another one tomorrow. Then they go to Chicago for 4. So you just have to kind of wait and see. But what the D-backs needs, they need to be hitting some balls out of the ballpark. Need to be getting some long balls. And you can go yard all May long with $5 Dinger Tuesdays on FanDuel Sportsbook. This season, all customers will get $5 for every home run hit by both teams when you place a $25 to hit a home run wager on the Tuesday MLB games. Now, it's Tuesday, so, maybe you take the second half of this Diamondbacks game. You got some other games on tap this evening. Maybe you take a player in one of those games to hit a home run. Even if you don't win, though, even if you lose your bet, FanDuel will pay you $5 for every home run. So what are you waiting for? Pick your home run hitter and turn big swings into big wins. There's no better place to bet America's best pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Head on over to your FanDuel account, download the FanDuel Sportsbook account if you don't have one, and sign up using promo code Randy1580. Scientifically proven to be more lucky for you. That's promo code Randy1580. Got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, or text NEXT STEP to 53342. I'll tell you who I'm going to turn into a home run hitter.
Who's that?
Brody Allen.
There you go. Actually,
yeah.
Somebody on the text line said that, Bruno Baller says Brody White sounds like a nice name for an NFL quarterback right there.
Oh, he's listen, he's going to be a quarterback. He's going to hit dingers. You'll see him on the Little League World Series. He'll be representing Texas in the Little League. Hi, I'm Brody White, and I hit dingers. That's what he's going to say.
Damn right.
And then in the bigs, he will be the most prolific home run hitter ever. Brody White, welcome to Earth, and on this day. So happy birthday!
Here, and hip hip hooray! Brody White is going to be the first crossover athlete since Bo Jackson to do it so well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
888-368-1580. Blissful Hayes says, congratulations, Randy and family. When will we know Brody White's texter nickname?
Well, I'll have to come up with a good one. Maybe Brody Dinger. Maybe that'll be it.
Blissful Hayes also says, I do remember Randy saying yesterday that the Carolina Panthers always give the Cardinals issues. Was it the Panthers?
They do.
I think he's right.
It may have been the Panthers.
I think so.
Sort of a surprise loss. I'm not going to be surprised by him this year.
Lost Toby says the Dark Knight got suspended for 60 games. Didn't even know he was in baseball. We're talking about, and I've lost my piece of paper here with it, but talking about Matt Harvey got suspended 60 games by Major League Baseball. And this is unbelievable for distributing oxycodone. Basically, he's I'm not going to say he's a dealer of opioids, but he certainly is not helping. And I'm having this conversation with Keon, and I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe it's only 60 games. And then he gives me this little tidbit of information.
Yeah, the late Tyler Skaggs, who was really talented and that tragic death that he had.
Former D-back.
The pills that he got were supplied by Matt Harvey. I mean,
Matt Harvey needs to be in jail right now.
I mean, so that connection makes this so much worse because of that tragedy.
So he used to be a pretty good pitcher, and he hasn't been lately. Gee, I wonder why, Matt Harvey.
He did admit in court to using cocaine when he was playing in Texas and when he was playing in California. So, I mean, because I think it was 2015. That was that season where Matt Harvey, he was the Dark Knight, and he was, one of the best pitchers in baseball. And it looked
like for the Mets.
Yeah. I mean, it's like this guy's going to be awesome for years to come.
Yeah.
And then he just fell off of earth. And I guess
he had some arm issues, and he resorted to using stimulants rather than getting the arm fixed. So I sad to hear
feel for anybody who gets addicted to the opioids, because it is a problem in this country, and it's easy to fall into. Not everybody who's an addict is a bad person, and not everybody who is addicted to opioids ended up that way because of personal choice. That's like one of the first things that I've always kind of felt is like, well, they chose it, they did it, and now they're going to go through what they're going through. But now it's just like you hurt your back, and the doctors, even the day, were throwing opioids at you, athletes all the time. So it's not really what it used to be. So the stigma of he's a druggie, he's an addict, even for Matt Harvey, you have to have at least that amount of compassion. That my compassion does sort of end when you kill somebody else with it. Now I'm not quite as compassionate towards this guy, this Matt Harvey, because he's not just hurt himself. Now he's drugged a bunch of people down with him.
Well, I mean, there's a yes and a no to that, in my opinion, Jeffrey. And I'm respecting your opinion completely. But Tyler Skaggs did not have to take those pills. Tyler Skaggs could have reached out for some help. Tyler Skaggs had, all the opportunities to reach out and get some help, whether it be within baseball or without baseball. You know what I mean? He could have talked to somebody and said, I've been doing this and it's not working for me and I need some help.
But sometimes your doctor just shoves that in your face and that's your
exactly
solution.
Right. You're right.
And there wasn't a need. Like, I trust my doctor. No need to ask somebody else. And then next thing you know, man, are you hooked? And it's not just athletes who are trying to get that edge. It's also housewives and grandmas and
I
kids.
think there's a show, Dope Sick, on the Hulu that, goes over kind of how the whole opioid crisis started. And once people get hooked, it's just so hard to get off of it. And a lot of times people don't even realize that, that drug is that potent. And so then they try to get off it and then start to realize, oh man, I can't. So I do have that empathy for folks like that too. And I don't know how far in Matt Harvey was before he was giving to others and that other stuff. But it makes the whole story so much worse to hear it that way.
I start to lose a little bit of that compassion when you start to be a part of killing other people. So, he got 60 games. I think they've given more to people for less, but who knows? They may rethink those things down the line. I don't know.
We've already seen that there is a precedent in Major League Baseball that they can bump the games up if they decide, okay, we've got more information.
Verlander, right?
Yeah. They'll be able to do that if they have more info, but.
Moist one says he didn't kill somebody else. The somebody else would be Skaggs. He was part of giving him the oxycodone, and who knows what other kind of damage he might have done. He was suspended for distributing. So that's it's a bigger picture than just even Skaggs. Bruno Baller says, so is Brody White Randy's grandson?
Yes.
Yes, he is. You are correct. Yes. Fed Fan says, wasn't Matt Harvey the New York pitcher that was really popular with the whole glamour crowd?
Yes. That's why that's where he got his name, the Dark Knight. He came in like the Dark Knight, rescued the Mets when they were in a lot of turmoil. He would come in every fifth day and pitch a great game, and apparently got hurt along the way and started relying on oxycodone. That's just too bad. Damn, that hurts.
By the way, Randy, Fed Fan says, way to go, Randy. Your negative rants caused one of my dogs to hide under the couch. Oh. Yeah, congratulations on the new grandbaby, but I've got to go let my dog know that the loud voice is not out to kill him.
I'm sorry. Come here, Buffy.
It's a good boy.
Dog's name?
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Who's a good boy?
Where's what's the dog's name? Oh no, I don't think you do that. No. No. That was not me, Fed Fan. That's not me.
Let me know if the dogs are going nuts. Blissful Hayes says, why does the Dark Knight get reprimanded for selling drugs, yet the biggest drug dealer of all time, Pfizer, is able to make billions legally from their lethal drugs? I'd say it's a perfectly fair point, Blissful Hayes. Lost Toby says, drugs are bad, okay? Thank you. Mr. Pringle says, it would be so Cleveland if Deshaun Massage Me Watson got suspended by the league after Brown's backup a Brinks truck just for him. Well, I'm sure there'll be some stipulations in the contract. I mean, they knew what they were getting into. They're just rolling that dice to try to get some W's.
And that's why a lot of the other owners in the league are mad at the Browns, because how could you guarantee all that money to a guy you don't know is going to play for you? You don't really know. You assume, you're guessing, but you don't know.
Those teams are just mad because the Browns ended up getting him.
Well, they are mad about that,
because they would have done the same damn thing.
Steve Bisciotti is sitting there going, "We've got to pay Lamar Jackson, and you've now made a precedent of guaranteed money for quarterbacks. What are you doing?"
Mr. Pringle says, congratulations, Randy. And Brody is now already half the size of Kyler Murray. And I bet he doesn't cry as much.
No,
I
bet he doesn't. He's a big boy.
Fed Fan says, thanks, Jeffrey. Now the other dogs are barking at this phantom cat. I do the same thing to my dog. So King Kitten says, meow. Jet says, Grandpa White reminds me of a character that would be on the show Little House on the Prairie.
Really?
Well, Grandpa White came by. And
it's Papa, not Grandpa, but thank you.
I wonder what the grandkids will call me someday.
Hey, you?
I don't know. I'm gonna come up with some sort of a name. I don't care if you call me Grandpa.
Hefe?
I think I like Pappy better. Hey, Pappy.
I think they'll call you Pappy Hefe.
And I'll get I'll get a tattoo on my arm like Popeye. Say, hey, Pappy, you know.
It blows me down. I am what I am.
Dr. Maxter, well, he just sent a text too long to read at the top of the hour, so we'll probably get that when we come back.
Right.
There's a couple other texts here on the text line that I have not got to yet. We'll clean that up and move on to some other sports when we return. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
At Progressive, you can get 24/7 protection, even if you break the space-time continuum.
Ted, wake up. Huh? You look exactly like me. I am you, Ted, from the future. You need to call Progressive. What? Why? Well, they have 24/7 protection when you bundle your home and auto. And my teleportation cube just smashed into your car. Wait, you crashed into my car? Technically, it's our car.
Progressive offers more than a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, which literally means anytime. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Medical data brought to you from Summit Male Medical Center. Over half of the guys over the age of 45 have some type of erectile dysfunction. If you fall into this category, you are obviously not alone. Don't worry about it. Do something about it. Call Summit Male Medical at 480-398-1000. Let our Arizona licensed doctors and all male medical staff using FDA-approved medication help you enjoy your life again. We guarantee it. Low testosterone, common signs are muscle loss, irritability, weight gain, decreased libido. Our testosterone therapy will turn you around. Discreet, professional, and we are successful. Don't let getting older get you down. Call today, 480-398-1000. That's 480-398-1000. Or go to summitmalemedical.com. What are you waiting for? Call today. 480-398-1000.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I got a lot of text to catch up on here on the text line. Then we'll move on to some other things. Randy, I think, went off to get some more whiskey. He'll be back soon. So let's get caught up. Kiss the Cook says, I'm ready for a blender party so I can wash the taste of that Suns loss out of my mouth. Yeah, you know, we are gearing up for it. That is for sure. In fact, we saw that the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues all reactivated. But I got to go in and make some changes, bring up the people who are going to be in the Premier League and send down the people who are going back to other leagues. But I've lost that list.
Oh, no.
I have to go back and find who has moved because I thought I had saved it somewhere in a computer and I can't find it. So we'll get that sorted out here pretty soon. But yes, a party is on the way. Fifth letter says no more jabs for the Phoenix Suns. Cardinals should get 10 wins, but we'll lose week 2. Go Raiders. All right, fifth letter. That's very kind of you. Boogie says, Mr. Wilbur is such a hipster. He never wants to see anything. Oh my God. And he says, go Heat. Yeah, here's the thing. Trying to figure out who to root for now. And I think for me, it's gonna be the Warriors, because I just want to see Luka go down first and foremost. After that, yeah, I want the West to win. No apparent reason. I got nothing. I got no connections to anything except for I do enjoy watching the Warriors play. I've been saying that for a while. On the other side of that, didn't I back in the day say it was going to be the Heat that win all the way to the finals? I think I said the Heat, and I think that Randy said the Celtics.
Yeah, I think I said the Celtics too. But the fact that it's coming down to these two teams, not that surprising. They're the two best teams in the East, have been all year. And they're the two best defensive squads left in the playoffs. I mean, they're tremendous defensive units, and I feel bad that the Celtics aren't 100% right now without Marcus Smart, but they have won games without him in this postseason. And I wonder about the Heat a little bit, because the Heat really didn't have that tough a road to get here so far. So this is the toughest team that they've played so far in these playoffs.
Did they win games without Horford and Smart? See what I'm saying? That's going to be a tougher road right there.
It is. But I mean, they still have, Grant Williams to throw at people. So he kind of does the Horford thing that they want to do defensively. And I do think that you got to give Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum a lot of credit for what they do defensively. They're incredibly well coached.
Hi, Randy.
Hi.
Hi.
What
you doing?
Waiting to jump in here and talk about the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, we're not doing that now, though. We're doing that later. We were doing that, and then now we're not doing that.
Well, I came in a little late because I got myself another cup of coffee.
Coffee?
No, it's coffee. It's right here. It's in my mug. I would see coffee.
Yeah. I'm sure that's all that's in there.
It's coffee.
Fish Tank says, Randy, when you say new addition to the White family, sounds like you might be wearing a pillowcase or something on your head. Be sure to use the first name as well in the future for safety, please.
Listen, my last name is White. I'm proud of my last name. All my kids, all my sons carry the name proudly. It has nothing to do with racism. I know this is a cancel culture, but deal with it. It's my last name, White. Brody White. My son and his wife have a Brody White. That's his last name, and he's going to be a great and superior, wonderful young man.
Yeah, Fish Tank, you don't want to wander into those weeds, man. You don't want to go there.
That's just the context.
I've heard all the jokes. I mean, I've heard all of the slanders. Give me a break, will you? Oh, and by the way, I am not Randy White from the Dallas Cowboys. Have I heard that maybe twice or 2 million times when I was growing up?
One time he didn't mind.
Yes.
There's only one time he
when
didn't
Dale
mind it.
Hellestray said I was Randy White from the Dallas Cowboys.
No, who cares about that? One time you didn't mind it. Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, he called me the legend.
Yeah.
Well, and I am a legend.
Yeah, he was alluding.
I don't think so. Yeah. He knows who I am. I'm a radio legend. He knows that.
All right. Yeah, okay. Then it was Dale. All right. It's Dale. Fish Tank also wants to know, how hot is it too hot to walk the dog? Well, actually, that's something that's been on my mind lately because my wife, she likes to go on walks and stuff and wants to take the dog. And I said, well, you got to be careful because even in 80-degree heat, that pavement can heat up so much it can burn the pads off the paws of your dog. And so, I went through and returned 2 different, laser thermometers. You point and you get because they were inaccurate.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, this is disturbing. I got to know. And so I read a thing that said, if you can put your hand or your foot on the asphalt or on the sidewalk without having to take it away after like 10 seconds, then yeah, the dog's fine. But if you can't keep your hand there or your foot there for over 10 seconds, you don't walk the dog on it. So generally, one of the things with the thermometer was as long as the temperature of the pavement or sidewalk is under 100 degrees, the temperature of the pavement or sidewalk, not the temperature in the air. You got to remember the temperature on surfaces is going to be higher than the air temperature. So don't just think because it's only 80 that, well, you got to know what the temperature is on the surfaces. And also remember saying, well, I'm going to walk them after dark. I'll do that. Those surfaces retain temperature. That's why our overnight lows are so high in the summer, because all that concrete, all that asphalt retains it and then slowly starts to release it. And so then you could still, in the dark, burn your dog's paws. So be very careful with that.
Yeah, and please don't take Fido out with you in the cars.
Yeah, don't.
Especially this time of year. Please don't do that. It is too hot for them. Cars heat up to 140, 150 degrees in the blink of an eye. Please don't do that.
Now, if you meant walk the dog in the vernacular of, the past Blender shows, whatever you can handle is fine.
Ooh.
2, 3, 4 times.
Personal taste. That's it.
Ooh.
You getting the idea of what the walk the dog euphemism is, Keon?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. You think so, Kim?
I'm a sexy beast.
Santa's number one helper says, I had back and shoulder surgery from an accident. I take opioids and I have to sign a document every time I do.
It's so hard, though. You've got to be under the care of a physician. You can't
doctor,
go on your own.
Not a bad doctor.
I mean, it's so hard. And bless your heart, man. I am so sorry you have to deal with that pain. There are millions of people in this country have to deal with pain. And, these athletes, they're just driven. They're driven to perform. And because of that, sometimes it ends the way it did with Tyler Skaggs and now the Dark Knight. I mean, it's sad.
That's why the CBD oils, whether you want to get upset about the THC and the marijuana and all that stuff, that is a different conversation. But the CBD oils that athletes can use, that's why getting rid of the drug test for marijuana, which by the way is not a performance enhancing drug, if they need CBD oils to take the place of those opioids, or at least try to not have to use them, then by God, give them everything they need. Let them smoke straight from the hookah for all I care. That is always going to be better for you long run than opioids. I mean, marijuana in itself, and I'm sure there's downsides. There are issues. Kids shouldn't be doing that crap, but there's negatives to everything. Drinking a drink, smoking a smoke, taking a toke, doing any number of things that you would do for pain management. There's always a side effect. That's why you're not supposed to do it forever. But if you have to choose between opioids and marijuana for pain management, guess which one I'm going to go with every time. And I think that's one of the reasons the NFL looked at everything and says, yeah, actually, this is not helping our guys. So
yeah, and that's the reason why they drug test once a year, because they should get rid of it because of that. But at least they've got it to the point where the drug test is once a year. It's not random. It's coming. Just stay off it for like a month, and then
they shouldn't even be hassling with that.
They really should.
Not a performance enhancing drug.
It's not, but there are people that will abuse it, just
that's
like
a legal issue for the law.
Yeah, they abuse it just like they abuse the opioids. They will just live on it. I mean, just like
that's not good. But I think that the lasting damage that the opioids do is far greater. In my opinion. So I just think if you got to choose one, like Jeffrey said, I know who I'm choosing every time. So
Santa's number one helper says my workers' comp doesn't cover it. Dr. Maxter, speaking of good doctors, says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Good to hear you on the radio again after a long hiatus in North Carolina. Randy, congratulations. And next time you make the baby announcement, play the song In a White Room by the band Cream. I'm not upset. I'm just simply numb to the soft Phoenix Suns, by the way. Mr. Sarver has my permission to blow the team up and start over.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm going to work in my basement and put up some wood paneling. Remember, Randy, take care of that back tooth.
blow the team up.
Yeah, he was telling me that when I was in the chair. I went and saw Dr. Mac today. Did a little dental work on me today, and yeah, he's like they just need to blow him up. Just blow him up. Get rid of Ayton. Yeah, get rid of CP3 and start from scratch. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. I think they need to. Me personally, I'd like to see DeAndre Ayton bye-bye.
Sure.
And bring in somebody that can stand his ground and help this team score. But like I said before, superstars show up when the game's on the line, and not one of the big three for the Phoenix Suns showed up in Game 7. And that's
weird.
all I need to say about that.
It was weird, but here, if I was going to blow it up, I do what I said the other day. I'd go ahead and thank CP3 for his time. I'd be focused on getting another veteran leader in here. I'm not necessarily going to kick DeAndre Ayton to the curb unless he's become full Kyler Murray boohoo. Booker is fine. He needs a leader because he's still so young. And, I don't know what happened the other day, but, and some of these other players mix match, do what you got to do to be effective. What you did. Listen, they won a record 64 games in the regular season. And I know the regular season ain't everything, but, blowing up, I understand how it feels, but I don't know if that's actually the right way to go.
I understand moving a piece, pick a guy, and maybe that guy is DeAndre Ayton because his value is very high. And there are teams, I read reports that are lining themselves up here to try to see if they can offer him that max. So the demand is out there. Maybe you can get some picks. Maybe you can get some players, specifically guys that are good scorers to go alongside Devin Booker, to try and maybe add to what this team does tempo wise. Maybe that's the move. But as far as blow the whole thing up, no, there's a championship window here that you can navigate to continue to be open. Blowing it up just seems like you're going back in the opposite direction. Now you're starting over.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But it's like I'm saying, CP3, I thought when he came into town, okay, now we have some credibility. We've got a guy that's going to be a quote unquote superstar on this team. Well, that's not the case. So now I think we need to move some pieces or a piece, make a trade, make a deal, and bring in somebody that when the chips are down, man, this person is your go-to guy. You got Devin Booker already, but he's already showed you in the big game for whatever reason. I don't know if it was a bad night for him. I don't know if it was just destiny playing out. But you got to have somebody on this team else that can step up when the chips are down.
Mars Bars 805 says, happy birthday to my wife. And she'll have a few Patron shots there, please, Randy. Wait, what? Wait, wife? When did you end up with a wife? Weren't you the one who was asking us where you should take somebody on a date, or you took some tickets to take a gal on a date? When did you get married, dude? King Kitten says, hey, Grandpa Jeffrey, can I get $20?
Get used to it, Jeffco.
20. By the way, let me just say something right now. This inflation bullcrap on the Tooth Fairy, I'll punch somebody in the mouth. That's all I got to say. Mr. Wilbur says, Randy, congratulations on yet another grandchild.
Thank you.
Brody, yes, grandkids are the best. By the way, how many grandkids now, Randy?
I believe Brody is number 11, 10 or 11, something like that.
He says 9 pounds and only 18 inches tall. He's built like a fire hydrant there.
Yeah,
I can see it now. He'll be the first fullback to ever win the Heisman Trophy, be the first fullback in the National Football League to win the most valuable player. Brody? Nah, that's a quarterback name. You don't hear no running backs or fullbacks named Brody?
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to develop him as he goes along here. I have the privilege of being his papa, so we'll have to wait and see how he develops.
He also thinks I should find it in my heart, my wallet more likely, to organize a remote and fly all of us down to Mexico City for the Cardinals 49ers game.
I'm sorry. That's such a bad idea. Can you imagine
so many things
the fourth dimension on Mexico City?
On Mexico City.
My, those people don't deserve what
some
we would
of us
bring.
Won't come back. Yeah. It's just, yeah.
What we would bring there.
No,
those people don't deserve from us.
No, they don't understand.
They'll never understand.
Jagdog, for some reason, says, here's Keon's big four. 1, Big George is Big Bird. 2, Keon is the Count. Jeffrey is the animal, and Randy right now is Oscar the Grouch. Actually, if I were going to do this, Randy's animal, because Randy is a crazy man on the drums. I'll give him animal. Big George could be Big Bird or Snuffleupagus. I'd let him have his choice. And I don't know. I guess I could be Bert. You could be Ernie if you want, Keon. Sure. Although I do Ernie's voice. Maybe I can be Ernie. You can be Bert. Is that all right?
No, I think that actually works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rubber ducky. But thanks, Jagdog. Against the Spread says, are we going to put together a Daily Blender golf team to play in that Fire and Fairways tournament? I'm in.
That would be fun.
So
that
he says we only need 3 more. All right, 3 people need to step up and get with Against the Spread. This is not sponsored by the Daily Blender or 1580 The Fanatic or CRC Broadcasting or its subsidiaries. But if you guys,
damn fun.
I could probably get you guys some white Fanatic T-shirts to wear while you're out there, so you don't get too hot.
Yeah, you can't. You've got to wear the golf shirts. There's a dress code on the Silverado golf course.
You're on your own.
Just wear white.
Good luck.
Light
Tiger
colors.
Pod says, speaking of things that were said yesterday, thanks for having my back yesterday, Jeffrey, with the comment about female listeners. Just goes to show how much guys pay attention. And also making my point that women don't ever forget anything that's said.
Tiger Paws.
Everybody got uncomfortable when I said that, but she's laughing. Last Optimist says, if the sidewalk's too hot for you to walk on it barefoot, it's too hot to walk your dog on it. Get them shoes if you want to walk them on those temperatures. That's right. Most dogs don't want those little shoes on their feet, and they get destroyed pretty quick. But if you've got a dog that doesn't mind and you can walk them with the puppy shoes, then yeah, that's awesome. I guess we could try them, but my dog would probably eat and swallow them. Thunder Snow says, hey, Randy, I missed the first half of the show. Could you rewind it, please?
Oh, sure. I'll be glad to. Hang on just a second.
We're like almost halfway through, Randy. We're almost halfway through the show.
I can't.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I can't rewind it. Jeffrey won't allow me to.
There's no point where that works. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to the podcast, Thunderstone. Kiss the Cook says, I walk the dog for an hour twice a week. Makes a happy wife. Okay. Lost Toby says, I don't understand what you're saying. Mr. Pringle says, forget about marijuana being legal or not. It should be mandatory. No, Mr. Pringle.
That's no.
It ain't the same marijuana as the hippies use. It's a little stronger now, and it's not safe for everybody. Randy, you better save all these clothes that Brody outgrows. If Kyler Murray doesn't get a contract extension, he might need some hand-me-downs. Navy Brad says, hello, all. Question for the upcoming fantasy season. Could number 1 league be for veterans only? Just asking. And the answer is no. Because everybody's already in their leagues, man. If you had wanted to, I'll tell you what I'll do, Navy Brad. If you can get 9 other veterans that want to be in a veterans only league with you, I will create that and move you to that. How's that? I just don't think it's fair to throw out a bunch of people who've been in that same league for a while. Fair enough? Did that seem fair, guys?
It seems fair to me.
Yeah, I think so. And I have a feeling that by the time we start talking about fantasy football, a lot of people are going to want to be a part of it. So
sure. All right, Navy Brad. So you do that. We'll also put it out there on air if you want to be in the veterans only Daily Blender Fantasy Football League. We can make that happen. Hell, I'll even extend it to 12 teams if needed. Right now, all the Daily Blender Fantasy Football teams are 10 teams, but if there is an overwhelming response for you, Navy Brad, we'll take care of you, buddy. Fed Fan says, a friend of mine is a huge reality star fan, and she sent me this picture of Devin Booker. And okay, it says the Kardashian curse strikes again. Yeah, well, that's a Jenner, so it doesn't really count. She also says, wow, Booker does look really upset about that loss. He never looked like he was that upset about it, did he? But that's just his demeanor. I'm sure it hurt him as much as it hurt us, but he's just that kind of guy. He's very stoic.
Like even when they won the Western Conference Finals, like you look at his face, like was he happy? Could you tell? He's just got one of those faces.
I wonder who that reminds us of.
I couldn't imagine who.
Who does that remind us of, Randy?
I wonder.
Keon? Huh? It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
500 apiece, you get that fine for 502 apiece. What is that for a handle at 150?
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for this week's online auction that features new household items, tools, appliances, furniture collectibles, including jewelry, coins, knives, stamp collection, and military items. Each week's auctions feature a wide variety of different items with all auction items starting at $1. Liquidateaz.com, all up for auction this week. LiquidateAZ.com to view this week's auctions. Looking to liquidate an estate or your business excess inventory? LiquidateAZ.com can help with complete auction services. Liquidate AZ will handle everything for your online auction, from online auction setup, extensive marketing, facilitating the online auction, and schedule the pickup and delivery after the auction. LiquidateAZ.com. For more information, that's LiquidateAZ.com.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
You can hear the grunts of pain. You can smell the workout sweat. You can feel the muscles straining. And even if you can't, we can.
And that's all that really matters.
NFL training camp.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Here we go.
It fills the senses.
Well, everyone's but yours.
Get the latest info, insights, and breaking news here.
Respect what it is we're doing here.
On your home for the NFL, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Tiger Paw says, how did you know I was laughing? Do you have a camera in my car? I'll be honest, I'm hopeful that you're laughing at the right parts. But I know you. I know you, Tiger Paw. Like I know most of you guys out there. 888-368-1580. Blissful Hayes says, Suns need to give DeAndre Ayton a max contract. Also, the Suns deserve a brand new taxpayer-funded stadium. I feel like that might have been sarcasm. Hefty Lefty says, sources say that wives do like being taken on the dates.
I hope you didn't need sources to tell you that.
It is true. It is true. And he says, by the way, Randy, coffee. It's a weird way to spell whiskey. Mars Bars 805 says, I've been married and wrong person. My wife heard that too. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
More shots. 805, please. Sorry, Mars Bars 805. You know what I'm thinking of? No, you're right. I'm thinking of King of Kittens. I think that's who it was. It was somebody. Boy, I didn't realize how much damage I could do by saying that. I don't know, somebody we gave tickets to or something. I don't know. Sorry, I need to be more careful with that. Because boy, yeah,
maybe it was Big Stanky. I remember.
Was it Big Stanky? That sounds.
He had some questions, some baiting stuff.
Like he was like sitting there and saying, "Hey, should I ask this girl out?"
That's what it was. Yeah,
is that Big Stanky?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mars Bars 805. There's a B in your name, and yeah. Now his wife is probably sitting there going, "They're just trying to get you out of trouble." Oh, what have I done?
All you guys stick together.
I swear to God, I am so sorry, Mars Bars 805. And here's the way we could do it. I could just go ahead and copy your entire text log of everything you've ever sent and then let her read it.
Take care of y'all chicken.
Just that could be damning in other ways, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, anything's better than being accused of cheating or something.
That's true.
Santa's number one helper says, I'm Mexican. I'll be the tour guide. Oh, if we go down to the Cardinals 49ers game,
Mexico City,
and do a remote from Mexico, A, not going to happen. B, absolutely would take you up on that.
C, theme of the trip would be eat the worm.
Eat the worm, have the whiskey, don't drink
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
And don't chew on the ice, you morons. What do you think
Yeah.
the ice is made out of? Water. You trying to get the squirts or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boogie's all about it. He wants to go to Mexico City. Let us
All
know
right,
how
Boogie.
it goes.
Why don't you start? Kind of lead the way, Boogie, and we'll meet you down there.
Big George says he'd like to be Snuffleupagus more than Big Bird.
That's fair.
You'd have to hunch over, but okay. Mr. Wilbur says, I'd like to propose a toast to your newest listener, Brody White. Brody, raise your glass and enjoy that nice, big, frothy bottle of Baba.
I don't know what to pour.
For a child, I'd stick with just light beer.
Yeah.
Let's see. King Kitten says, hey, Randy, have you seen the sky in L.A.? The world is in fuego.
Could
It's
be
on fire.
Could be a milk stout, maybe like a
For-
milk stout.
I guess. I mean, you want to keep it straight. You don't want to give him bad taste early on, though. Too,
Well,
you know?
he's a baby, so milk stout. Work him
Awesome.
in.
Toby says, can I join a league? Absolutely, Lost Toby. I thought you were already in one of our Daily Blender fantasy football leagues. So listen, if you're new to the show and you want to get in it, we've got 10 or so leagues right now, and we'll build more. So if you want to join
Well,
one
I
of
got
our
you. I got you covered. I got you. Just go to this web address.
Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football.
See?
Yeah, I forgot you had that made because I kept having to tell people over and over again.
Yeah, I
So
got
there you
covered.
go. There you go, Last Toby. Send an email in and I will set you up. Boogie says 1580 the Fanatic, causing more divorces than 1 week at the all strip clubs in the valley. I don't think that's true.
That can't be true. Just as a fact.
I would not even accept that as blame. If something is said on this show that gets you divorced, you were heading that way anyways. It's not my fault. But me saying that I thought he did, that would be me. The Mars Bars 805 thing, if I got the wrong super fan and identified there, then I do apologize. And I would do everything to help undo that damage. Almost anything. I mean, I'm not putting money in this. Fish Tank says... I did Rocky Point a bit ago. I ate fisheye for what I was told.
That's too bad.
They said it would be good luck if I ate some fisheye. It was disgusting. And yeah, here I am still waiting on that luck. Wow. Imagine that.
You ate fisheye.
Yeah.
Now you're waiting on some luck.
Whoever told you that was absolutely screwing with you. You know, and that's the kind of thing where people are looking from the kitchen to see if you actually do it. You know,
just in the kitchen.
Anytime I get some sort of weird dish that maybe I haven't had before, I'll do one of these. After they bring it out, to see if somebody's peeking out, see, is he eating it? Is he eating it? Just in case. Bruno Baller says, I can see Brody White being the first Major League Baseball player to pitch a perfect game and then hit for the cycle in the same game. It'll be the year 2040.
Shohei who? Brody. That'll be the name.
What? By the way, Michelle Tafoya, remember her, the old lady that was on the she's not on the NFL Sunday Night Football thing anymore.
No,
but I guess she was like, can we be done talking about Shohei so much? I don't know what her problem is either.
Well, it's not Shohei Ohtani. If you look at the current home run leaders in Major League Baseball, he's way down there. He's like 10 or 12. He's way, and yet all the media sites are, oh my God, Shohei Ohtani did it again. He walked up to the plate and he had flatulence. That's the first time an Asian pitcher has done this since Babe Ruth. You know, I mean, I
don't think his being Asian has anything to do with it.
Well, it is. Oh my God. This guy from, was he from Japan?
Yeah, I don't know where he's from.
He's from Japan.
He's from Japan. Yeah.
I believe it.
Oh my, he's from Japan, the greatest player to ever grace a baseball. Come on, man. There's a lot of players out there that are playing some damn good ball. Can't we report, equally, equitably amongst everybody in the league?
And the thing is, I I kind of understand where Michelle Tafoy is coming from, because for her, she was watching the Angels broadcast and she just basically said enough with the Shohei chatter.
Well, he's their main guy.
There are other great players on that team, though.
No, yeah. Rondon,
Mike Trout.
Trout.
Trout. I thought Trout retired already.
No, Trout is hitting in the lineup and he's
cruising
doing
on
well.
the money, I guess.
Rondon is doing well. They have a pitching staff. The kid that just had the rookie kid that just had the no. Come on, man. There's a lot of great players on that team.
Sounds like a great team. They should do well.
It is a great team.
And they are doing well.
Bruno Baller, thank you for that. Navy Brad says, I'd be happy to take a lady on a date. I'm ready. What? We're not. What?
So
what do you think you're hearing here right now?
You can figure that out. I don't understand. What do you want us to do?
Where did
to
that
help?
come from?
I'm
not setting people up, Navy Brad. That's not what we do.
I'm glad you're ready. Go be ready. Go make that happen for yourself. And we'll applaud you when you do.
You got to start swiping right or left. Now, which one is it? How do you do that?
You swipe right.
You swipe right to the next girl, and then
If you like
left
them,
if you like them.
swipe right. If not, it's left.
You need to start swiping, Navy Brad. That's what you need to do.
That's
right is right. Left is no way.
All right. Thanks, Trump. 888-368-1580. Let's see. Lost Toby says, what was the website again? There's not a website. It's an email. Send me an email address. Just send the email to here. Go ahead, Rand.
Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com for fantasy football.
There you go, Lost Toby. Ookla says, weren't Bert and Ernie like really happy with each other?
No, man, they were just they were buddies.
And really,
and does it matter?
I respect their life choices no matter what, you know. I mean, I don't know why that matters, Ookla. Does it make you tingle in certain places to think about that? Mr. Pringle says, Randy, will you enjoy a fine cigar this evening to celebrate Brody's arrival and future world dominance? And if what brand?
I was going to do that, and I've got some real nice. I think I have my father's cigar that is sitting in the vault right now, and I think I will enjoy that. Miss Kim and I will. Oh dear God, it's 100 and what is it right now? 100. It's 100 degrees right now. We might turn on the old patio cooler fan and sit out there. Yeah, and we might enjoy that tonight. Yeah, my father's. It's a little. It's not a big long one. It's a smaller one. I forget Torrego and something like that. I forget the name of it.
So it's time for a little man talk real fast, because I don't want another moment to go by without paying tribute to the man of the day. This guy right here. I'll show you his picture real fast. That guy right there is absolutely man of the day, might be man of the year. That man right there is Dr. Cheng. Dr. Cheng. John Cheng, it was a hero, and he's passed. He is one of the reasons there were only a handful of people shot and hurt rather than a whole lot more people. It's at the Geneva Presbyterian Church in Orange County there in Laguna Woods in California. 5 people were injured, 4 critically, and he was killed doing everything he could to try to disable the assailant. He just jumped right in to the fire to save everybody else. An absolute hero. And it turns out also the personal physician of Johnny Stanton. And Browns fullback Johnny Stanton was just like, oh my God. Yeah. So this guy right here, Dr. John Cheng, beyond man of the day. He did what what a lot of people wouldn't do. He ran towards a guy shooting guns to try to help protect his family and also his church family. So
sure. Yeah.
Right there. I don't want another moment to go by without paying tribute to that guy, because that right there is a man. You know what I'm saying? That guy is a man.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. But anyway, so all these damn mass shootings, what the hell is going on out there? Every one of them has their own story. I know some it's just complete utter racism. Well, more than a few of them are. Some of them are just crazy people. Some of them, I mean, there's so much going on. I wouldn't even know where to begin. So thank God we're not that kind of show. Other crazy stuff happening. Did you hear about Mitchell Marner? He got carjacked. The Toronto Maple Leafs, Mitchell Marner.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. He was getting into his black Range Rover, and all of a sudden, here they come at gunpoint and yanked him out of his car and then drove away. That's pretty scary right there. Sounds like he was smart enough to take it. Don't care. I don't know a whole lot more details about the interaction other than it was terrifying, and all his teammates are a little more than freaked out about it. But the Maple Leafs got eliminated by the Lightning Saturday, so at least he doesn't have to be trying to play a game with all that in his head. He's not a big guy, 6 foot, 175-pound hockey player, but for his age, a 25-year-old did the smart thing and just take it, let it go.
It's not worth your life. Not worth your life.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So he's not a bad player either. He has 35 goals on the year and 62 assists, and he's pretty good. He's a pretty good player. So, by the way, since we're doing a little man talk here, somebody, I guess there's an Ask Men forum online. I don't know if you ever heard that. And evidently, they didn't ask real men because the results are troubling. They ask what's something that's traditionally masculine, but as a man, you actually hate. And it's just
traditionally masculine, but as a man, you hate.
Yeah. And I'll give you some of these, and I'll give you the Southwest Regional Man Card Commissioner response to them. Trying to crush someone's hand when shaking it. Well, here's the thing. It's in the Constitution. You don't do that. So that is a man card violation. So it's not a traditionally masculine thing. It's a dumb thing. Drinking black coffee. Some men don't want to hide their milk and a sweetener. Drink how you want. Nobody cares what you put in your coffee.
Yeah.
Seriously. Who's shaming you for that? Fighting. Nobody said you had to fight. Don't fight. Not using shampoo or being loose with your personal hygiene.
Excuse me?
You can be clean and be manly.
Yeah.
There's nothing unmanly about using shampoo or soap. Chewing tobacco. Nobody said you had to.
Right.
Insecurities like not ordering a fruity cocktail, wearing pink, or holding a purse. Okay, no, those things are unmanly. Those things, they are. And if you want to do those, you're unmanly. So if you want a fruity cocktail, you want to wear pink, you want to hold a purse. Okay, yeah, that line there, yes. Not smiling when someone takes a photo, being stoic all the time. Nobody said you had to do that. You smile with a picture. If you do what you want. Driving the biggest, loudest truck that you can or can't afford. Nobody said you had to do that.
Okay, people in Texas really do think that you're supposed to do that, though.
Well, people in Texas are stupid, dumber than dirt, and proud of it.
True. What I'm just telling you, there's a region of the country, a very large region of the country, where people think that.
Don't make them right. Doing stupid, risky things for the adrenaline rush. Nobody said you had to do that to be manly, but if you do, well, that's your business. Rejecting a local anesthetic at the dentist or doctor. That is nuts. And nobody said you had to.
Yeah.
So all these things right here that they're talking about, ask men. No man was answering any of these questions. I just covered the gamut for you. So now you know. Yeah, the only thing on that entire list was fruity cocktails, wearing pink, or holding a purse. And then you do what you got to do. You got to hold the purse for the wife. Extreme duress. You do what you got to do for your wife. It's not good. She shouldn't do that to you. But the rest of that, it just was kind of a dumb thing. So, it's not toxic masculinity, what we are talking about here when we talk about manliness and man card. It's about integrity and honorable manliness. And a lot of the stuff that was mentioned in this list didn't matter. So now you know. Just like that man card question George put on the Twitter about the guy who, there was a weird ass video he put up there, and I couldn't find a man card violation. There's a little pink in the backpack that had the duck in it, but he was trying to hit the golf shot off of the girlfriend with the big leather mask on. And the fact he drank something out of that thing and spit it back in her mouth, that was weird. That whole thing was weird, but Nothing. I can't say there's a man card violation there.
Mm.
A little
Just,
pink in
just,
the backpack.
just bizarre more than anything. I
But that's my point.
could
There's
have
so
gone
many
my whole day
things that
without
you-
seeing that, and I would have
Sure.
felt better.
And I said this: somebody's got to rescue that duck from these psychos. You know, the point is, not everything is a man card violation. Some things are just weird. Some things are just whatever. So, all right, let's take a break. When we come back, got a little bit of golf for you. Got a lot of NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs. Come join the fun as Kasai Japanese Steakhouse presents its first annual Fire and Fairways charity golf tournament, Monday morning, June 6th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Proceeds go to support Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Entry is just $150, includes contests, prizes, raffles, plus a fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. You can help. They need sponsors, golfers, and prize donations. And you can win a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com today.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time.
Like right now.
Or right now. Or even
now.
Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Taco Tuesday on the Daily Blender here on the 17th day of May, 102 degrees currently outside. Maybe a little bit more or less, depending on where you're at in the valley. It is Tuesday, so you can go yard all May long with $5 Dinger Tuesdays on FanDuel Sportsbook. This season, all customers get $5 for every home run hit by both teams when you place a $25 to hit a home run wager on Tuesday MLB games. A lot of people to choose from. You got everybody in the American League. I mean, the Yankees. You got several guys in the Yankees that you could choose from. The Diamondbacks, I mean, Christian Walker will be in action. As a matter of fact, he'll be starting up here in just a couple of hours in Chavez Ravine against the Dodgers, the hated Dodgers. Maybe he goes yard tonight. You could put a $25 to hit a home run wager on Christian Walker for your Diamondbacks. And the best part about Dinger Tuesday is if your bet loses, FanDuel will pay you $5 for every home run hit. So what are you waiting for? Pick your home run hitter now and turn big swings into big wins. There's no better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Head over to your FanDuel sportsbook account right now or download that FanDuel Sportsbook app. It's really easy. You'll sign up in about 90 seconds. No kidding. I'm not kidding you. I've done it during a commercial break.
He means it. He'll do it.
I downloaded
Everybody
the
back
app.
up. He'll do it.
I signed up. I filled it out. I got it activated. all in about 90 seconds. It's easy to do. It's easy to use, safe and secure, and you get paid real fast when you win. Use promo code Randy1580. That's promo code Randy1580 when you download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. And boy, something did strike a fish tank, and I guess it does make sense. He says, Jeffrey, okay. I'm dying laughing hearing you describe that video when I bet 90% of the people listening haven't seen that video and have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Video.
And I was like, well, that's a good point. So what I've done is I've retweeted what Big George posted. He says, question for Radio Pal. What part of this video is a man card violation? Now, of course, as I told you guys, I found no man card violation in the video, but you should go see this for yourself so you know what we're talking about. And then you'll see what I mean when I say, the only thing I could really say is a man card violation is there's some pink in the backpack. So go to @RadioPal1580. I've just retweeted it, so it should be the first thing on my my feed there. And watch the video that Big George is talking about. Then it will all make sense. And you'll probably not be better for having seen it, but it's context. There's a lot going on there. That's all I'm going to say. So @RadioPal1580. Now, Randy would like to tell you what his Twitter address is, in case you want to give him a follow and say, hey.
Radio Randy 777.
He doesn't like it when I say it. I just found that out yesterday, too.
What are you talking about?
You were mad at me because I don't ever let you say it yourself.
Well, I was frustrated that I could never say my own Twitter address.
No, you never.
I wasn't mad about
so
it.
I didn't know. How was I supposed to know until you finally told me like 9 years later?
Well, I wasn't angry. It would be nice.
I thought you liked it.
I think Keon could say his own, so that he doesn't have to
promoting yours.
Well, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate that very much.
Lift each other up and promote each other.
Yeah, that's true. Radio Pal @RadioPal1580.
Yeah, that's me.
@Radio Randy 15 or 777.
Yeah, there you go.
And Keon, what's yours?
@Sports Cloud.
No numbers involved because he's too good for that.
Listen.
Just @Sports Cloud.
I've been on Twitter a very long time.
No, it's
why can't it be @Sports Cloud 1580?
Yeah,
I just
doesn't hurt it to change it. Nothing bad's gonna happen. I'm just saying.
No, but
Yeah, wait a second, Randy. Why are you giving him a hard time when you won't change yours to 1580? Yours is 777.
Well, first of all, I'm 60 and I don't know how the hell to change my moniker. If I could change the damn thing, I would.
Oh, I thought you were just being defiant. For you, it's
I've had
how.
Radio Randy 777 forever, and I don't know how the hell I did it in the first place, and I don't know how to change it back now.
Well, that's
for the longest time, you couldn't change it.
What I might do just to prove that I'm not
thank God for Elon Musk
biased against Shohei Ohtani, which I think is a marvelous ball player, I might just change it to @Shohei Ohtani 1580.
We'll make it. I think he's already got that one though.
Well, he doesn't have the 1580 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shohei Ohtani 1580.
Maybe I'll do that.
It's not confusing.
If someone
at
would,
all.
maybe Keon, my friend Keon, can help me because he's or maybe you can help me, Jeffco. One of you two youngsters can help me out here.
I'm happy to help you.
Radio Randy. Right now it's @Radio Randy 777. And by the way, you can see our tweets as they happen. You might see mine every so often, but if you go to our website, 1580thefanatic.com, there's a live feed thing going on there where whenever
a window to our Twitters,
Keon and Jeffrey do something, and occasionally me, you'll see it. There's a little, what do you call that? A live feed.
Yeah, you could do that, but just
pretty
following us on Twitter would be a lot easier.
Could do that. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
FedFan has a message for Radio Ron. She says, "Hey, I just bought an e-bike. Gets delivered Thursday. Can I join your biker gang?"
FedFan, no, you don't want to do that. FedFan.
Why not? Why not?
Assless chaps.
You don't have to wear the assless chaps, but just understand somebody will be wearing
that. That's why. then maybe you don't want to see that.
Well, no, you're fine. Just be the bike in front. Okay. Yeah, and then it's fine. It's no big deal. Well, I'll tell you what, I would imagine there's some sort of initiations. There's some sort of, fee, you get a jacket or something that says Sons of Apathy. So that's the name of the band, the gang, Sons of Apathy. But I will pass your request along to Radio Ron, and if they're taking in new members, he will contact you. So, wow, look at you with your e-bike. Fun. Hefty Lefty says, man card clarification. You had said previously that tea parties and nail painting, when done for your daughter, are not violations.
Mm-hmm.
Does the same exemption apply for nieces? Absolutely. Absolutely. He says, if not, I'm going to have to self-report the violation, like in golf. No, listen, if it's a child, if it's a little girl, even if it's not your kid, if some little girl wants to have a tea party, wants to paint your nails, wants to put a poke in your hair, as long as the kid is cool, let them. I had a girlfriend once in the past and visited with her family. I did not like her niece. And her niece is like, I want to do things. I'm like, you're not going to do that. And they were all very upset. We broke up days later. And I'm like, well, no, I don't like the child. I don't want the child. This child is a horror show. This is a horrible child. I don't want them putting bows and putting stickers on me. If it was a good kid, I'd say yes. The end. And I was the one that broke up, but still not the point. Anyway, so no, Hefty Lefty, you're absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Tiger Paws says, I have a boudoir picture taken like that.
Excuse me?
Assless chaps.
Who said that?
Tiger Paws. I don't know what to do with that text now.
Assless chaps?
I say we all just move on.
Please.
We could say, tip of the hat, Tiger Paws. Don't know what other response will not get us all in trouble.
Thank you for sharing. Moving right along.
Tip of the hat. Lost Toby says, not to kink shame, but that video, that was not COVID safe. That's what you took away from that? Okay. Kiss the Cook says, yes, marquee group of Spieth, McIlroy, and Woods for the PGA Championship. You are correct. That is actually happening. No Phil Mickelson. And, of course, Rory McIlroy is saying it's sad and disappointing. But, yeah, come on, man. Phil did it to himself. But, yeah, that's not a bad trio there, huh, Keon? Spieth, McIlroy, and Tiger Woods?
No, not at all. It's a really fun group of guys. Obviously, the story with Tiger and the accident and the comeback and the way he played in the Masters. He had that great Thursday, pretty decent Friday, and then it didn't end as well as he started, but it was better than we thought he would be given the knee injury. And like he said, his knee is only going to get stronger. I think Jordan Spieth is one of those guys. I don't understand him. When he's on his game, it's amazing to watch. His short game, he has one of the best in golf, but he's been so hit or miss lately. I have no idea what to make of him, but that actually makes it fun. I think it's going to be entertaining to see which Jordan Spieth we get. And then Rory McIlroy is always consistent, always great until the end of tournaments. And then we get the self-implosion Rory, or do we get a different guy entirely? So I think that's going to be really fun.
Woods is going to get into both their heads for the fun of it and destroy them.
Well, I don't know about that, but I can tell you to look out for this. If Jordan Spieth is putting well in the first round, look out. He could win this damn event. He might, if his putting is working for him, you might as well just hand him the damn trophy. Last week he was phenomenal at the Byron Open.
And some of these other smaller tournaments that he's been in too.
Yeah.
It looks like the short game's coming back around to him.
Yeah. If he's putting well, just you can count him down as one of the guys that'll be there on Sunday. Sorry about that, Jeffrey. Go ahead.
That's all right. Kiss the Cook says, Tiger Paws, assless chaps, showing. Fed Fan says, thank you, Tiger Paws. I will no longer be asked out by the male texters. I'm serious. Thank you. Oh, Tiger Paws, what have you done? Random Texter says, what place did Tiger finish at Augusta and how much did he win for that? He got about $45,000 and it was like he was down in the 40th, 50th place.
Somewhere around 45th or something. I'll have to go back and check.
Not real high in the standings, random texter, but yeah, he doesn't. The money from that is not something that he's really playing for. He's just trying to get back in this game and go for the big stuff. Boogie says, if you go to that guy's Twitter account, that duck is all over the place. The man clearly loves the duck. Well, the duck needs to be rescued. He says, also, I'd suggest not going to that guy's Twitter page. That's a rabbit hole nobody wants to go down. I'll never do that again. Yeah, don't go down the rabbit hole.
I think you should have known better to begin with, to be honest.
Almost exclusively says, were those man card violations or high school boy violations? Yeah, they seemed like kind of silly things, didn't they? Mr. Wilbur says, I can fart in church and I can still feel like a man. Yes, you can. That's not toxic masculinity. That's just toxic air quality. One more hour of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Many NFL football teams have done one thing in particular to separate them from other teams. There was one team that was the first to come out with the no-huddle offense. Name that team. The answer coming up on the Daily Sports Quiz.
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you 8 different questions from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the NFL team that was the first with the no-huddle offense. Maybe you guessed the Dallas Cowboys or perhaps the Vikings. Nope. The answer, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals, the first with the no-huddle offense. I'm Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. That's 800-628-6070.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. What is this? Fish Tank says that Schefter just tweeted All XFL games will be aired on ESPN and Disney-owned companies next year. Don't they know celebrating that would drive more people out than would drive people in? I can't believe Schefter's even talking about XFL. When I see the reputable insiders talk about USFL and XFL, I feel like you've lost some credibility.
Well, in this particular case,
company man, I get it.
Yeah, that's the thing is your employer wants you to promote this, and you're the guy that makes the football news. So
this just in, Adam Schefter's a whore. Simple as that.
Wait, hold on. Adam Schefter is a guy.
He's a whore.
What?
Who will put out stuff that agents want him to say or that teams want him to say just so he can report the story first. This is not even new for Adam Schefter.
He's an HOOKER whore.
Why does that remind me of the
HOOKER?
Whore?
But Bob Knight, in one of his epic rants, was talking to a group of journalists, and he corrected them about somebody said, they confused the baseline. They used a football term for the sideline instead of a basketball term. And then Bob Knight said, well, yeah, now I got to correct you on that, for this profession that you've chosen. That's just 1 or 2 steps above prostitution. And I have never forgotten that quote for my entire life.
Rings true, Shefty, don't it? Well, that's why I'll stick with Ian Rappaport. Let's see. Fed fan says, Keon says Adam puts out. For all you accuse us of, Fed fan, you're doing the same thing.
You belong here. You belong here.
Tiger Paws wants everyone to know that all chaps are actually assless. She says, I just wasn't wearing anything else. See, that's not...
You're not helping.
Tip of the hat. Moving on. Yes,
moving
King of
right
Kittens.
along now.
Yes, King of Kittens. He did say fart in church. King Kitten says, I'm agnostic, but that's an assault against religion and the congregation.
I don't think so.
I don't know about religion, but it's definitely not good for anyone who has to sit around him. 888-368-1580. We haven't talked NFL football for more than a few days. There's just been so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and talk about a couple of things that happened today. Jair, am I saying that right? Jair Alexander? Is that how you pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I got it right. 4-year, $84 million extension, making him the NFL's highest paid defensive back for the Packers. They don't have an offense, but at least they have a defense.
Well, I think that you've got Aaron Rodgers, and they look at that and go, okay, it just seems like it doesn't really matter who we throw at receiver out there. He'll figure out a way to make it work. Let's just put the money in the defense.
I'm glad the guy got paid. He's a hell of a player. Injuries. See, here's the thing. When you see a guy like that, who gets injured and then they come back, don't you get a little nervous about paying him like this?
Yeah, you do. But I think that you take the risk on it if you think that do you think the injuries are flukes? Do you think that they are something that's just who this guy is? Is he just injury prone? And if you come to the conclusion that he's not, then you move along and you pay him and you feel pretty good about it. I mean, Steph Curry early in his career had a lot of ankle injuries, for instance, and they had to make a decision on whether or not they were going to pay Steph, Golden State, and they did. And it turns out that wasn't who Steph was. Steph wasn't incredibly injury prone. That was just the start of his career. So I think that the Packers are looking at Jair Alexander. They look at those injuries and they say, that guy's going to be able to bounce back from this. We'll go ahead and pay him and take that risk.
$30 million signing bonus. That stays in his pocket. I don't know how much else of it is guaranteed, but that's a hell of a contract there. The Packers are all in on Jair Alexander. Nobody is in on Tariq Cohen, and man, I feel so bad for him. He was doing a live stream workout, trying to show people, hey, I still got it. I'm still good. And as he's doing an agility drill, he planted his foot to change directions, and he went down, grabbing the back of his ankle. It is suspected he tore his Achilles tendon live streaming his workout.
Yeah, that stinks. And the thing that the live streaming is, if you're not a big time star, that's kind of how you cultivate a little bit of a following, some fans, so that you can find a way to make money in another way. And so the fact that everybody had to see that makes it really sad. Like,
if
much
you
sadder.
hurt yourself in a workout, nobody else sees it. They just know, oh, he's got an injury. And then when you get back from injury, you say, hey, I'm ready to go. But when everybody sees this happen on a live stream and now it's on the internet, I feel like that's the kind of thing that can make teams a little more skittish about even talking to you next. It's like, well, he's done. Take Tariq Cohen off our list.
Especially as a running back. He's 26 years old, so he's still, in that range below 30 that teams would probably give an opportunity to. But when you're coming off a torn Achilles at that particular position, how we know the lateral movement is so important, it is going to make teams very skittish when they saw the exact nature of how you hurt yourself.
Tiger Paws says, isn't the best offense a good defense, or is that the other way around? They always say the best offense is a good defense, and people will say, no, the best offense is a good offense. The best defense is a good defense. And generally, when somebody says, the best offense is a good defense, these are people who don't have a good offense. So, it's the same a-holes who say, well, 50 is the new 40. No, 50 is 50, 40 is 40, 30 is 30. Numbers are numbers, okay? Are we wearing it better than our parents and grandparents did? Yeah. I think we all are holding our youth a little bit longer than they did in the past. But outside of that, stop screwing with things. I am 51 damn years old, and I'm fine with it. I don't need you to tell me, well, it's the new 40. I just want to slap people in the face when they say that. Don't know how I got on this, but, defense is important. Sorry.
In summary, defense is good.
Hey, Randy, some activity for your Arizona Cardinals. They signed 6 tryout players, including a quarterback by the name of Jarrett Garantano.
Really?
Garantano.
Well, thank God the damn season is saved now. And then we've got Jaron. What the hell's his name?
There's a connection for Keon because he comes from the University of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
I met him.
You met him.
Yeah. He's a good dude, but
there's a connection right there.
But obviously he didn't end his career at the University of Tennessee.
Well, he had a knee
Where did he
injury.
learn? Like Podunk State? Where did he go? Did he transfer out?
He transferred out. He lost his starting job, but it wasn't just the injury. It was
he lost his starting job. Even better.
You're not helping there, Keon.
Yeah.
You're not
lost
helping.
his damn starting job. And he went to Podunk Community College, and now the Cardinals have signed him. Perfect.
I liked Jarrett Garantano a lot. He's a hard worker. He's a camp arm. Okay, he's not here to save the Cardinals. He's here to be an arm for camp. And if he's good enough, he'll give himself a chance to maybe make the roster. But the Cardinals are looking at him as a human body that can throw the football.
As a wide receiver, maybe.
Listen, it's not the only guy. There's other guys that they brought in.
Give me the list of the other guys that signed today.
All
Jeff,
right.
go.
Safety, Tay Daly, offensive lineman, Greg Long, running back, TJ Pledger, and receiver, Jared Smart. Those are some
one of them.
Well, because they're undrafted, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, well, I'm not even going to bother you because you seem negative about this.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me. Yeah.
No, we're good. We're good.
Damn
I'll just move
season
on.
is saved now.
Just trying to give you something. Lost Toby says, hey, I got my new golf shoes. I'm ready to join the team.
Hey,
those are sweet looking, but I think you need to get with against the spread. I don't know how you guys are going to find yourselves to get together to join that golf tournament. I'll try to help you here, but I don't know.
About the 13th hole this past Saturday, 13th hole. Mm-hmm. My golf shoes that I've had for quite some time, they're Nike. They fell apart on me.
Gave up the ghost.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What did you do?
It was my pivot foot. Listen, I had to grind it. No, I had to grind it out. I had I didn't have any spikes on my right foot. I do. That's what I do. I grind it out. I finish strong, and that's what we did.
Card accreditation.
So that's all you can do. You're out there in the heat of battle. Your shoes give up on you. You just got to keep going forward.
So, and so does also the Arizona Cardinals defense without Chandler Jones. Cliff Kingsbury says it's impossible to replace a Hall of Fame rusher like Chandler. We know that, but as a unit, schematically, we've got to be able to find that production somehow. And I think that these guys will add to it. So, what do you make of what he's saying? He's basically saying we'll all have to come together and make up for the loss of Chandler Jones.
Listen, I appreciate the fact that they made some choices. This is a business as well as a sporting team. They gave up Chandler Jones. He ended up with the Raiders. Good luck, Raiders. I think this is a good addition for you. Oh, I don't. How do you replace Chandler Jones? Come on. I just think this is a. I don't want to sound negative, but I just think this was a huge mistake for them to give up an edge rusher like Chandler Jones. So we'll have to wait and see when the first game kicks off and if they can do anything, some sort of a scheme or something. I mean, one player does not make your defense. I understand that, but maybe they can over. Oh, but God,
yeah,
I mean,
it's one player doesn't make your defense, but I would argue that the
Jones,
most important guy on your defense is the edge rusher. And
yeah,
to lose a guy that you don't have to think about, well, does he have the potential? Because there's a little bit of paying guys on that. Chandler Jones had the damn production.
Yeah,
you know, he already showed he could get to the quarterback. So I don't like that movie.
Well, and not only that, he took some of the pressure off J.J. Watt. Now everybody's going to go, oh, Chandler's not there. Guess what? We're putting everybody on the offensive line on J.J. Watt.
And I don't know that this is the J.J. Watt of old that you could double team him and it didn't really matter. This
I don't think they're going to have to double team him.
This is an older guy. This is still a talented, hardworking football player, but it's not going to be double teams.
I just, God, I hate that move. Man, I hate that. Christian Kirk, that's one thing. But Chandler Jones, how do you give up a Chandler Jones?
Like that. Baker's
very easily, apparently.
Says, come on, guys, tendons healed. Nobody cares about tears because they actually become stronger when rebuilt now. Look at all the recent and Achilles comebacks. Didn't the Rams running back Akers tear his Achilles 6 months prior to coming back? Jones had 5 sacks in 1 game, then 5.5 sacks the rest of the season. So that's probably why.
Not every Achilles, like Achilles is not like the ACL. ACLs, people tear the ACLs all the time now. We're like, all right, see you next year. Achilles, it's still hit or miss. Some guys come back and they're better. Some guys come back and it's like, oh, Kevin Durant tore his Achilles. That dude's not anywhere near as fast as he used to be. You see people tear their Achilles and it's not everybody comes back. And when you're a running back, the fact that this is a hit or miss injury, I hope he comes back and he is better. I really do, because from all accounts, Tariq Cohen is a really good dude. But I don't know. I don't think you can say that with that level of confidence that Achilles injuries are just something that people bounce back from and it's all good now. ACL injuries, sure. Achilles, it could go either way.
Cowboy Sparky says, good afternoon, gentlemen. So, Jeffrey, when is this Fourth Dimension cookbook coming out? I'm still waiting. Well, that's the thing. We got a handful of recipes and then it just stopped. I don't know. Well, we can try that again later on. We're just so busy doing other things. Ookla says, hey, Radio Pal, I got to pick up dog poo. Want to help? No. How about you, Keon?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to help you. I got to deal with my own dog, so no. Lost Toby says, I just started playing after slipping a disc a few ages ago, but comeback season seems to be upon us. You are correct, sir, and good luck on that. Baker's Cocky Hymns, thank you. Blissel Hayes says, it's likely J.J. Watt will be hurt before game 1. I hope not. Listen, I'm not a Cardinals fan, but
I hope not.
Gotta like J.J. Watt.
Can't I just have a nice season with J.J. Watt going through the whole season? Why does everybody have to be so negative?
Why should you get anything that nobody else has ever got, Randy?
Well, the Texans got a lot of years of J.J. Watt finishing an entire season.
I meant lately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Mr. Pringle says J.J. Watt will be double teamed by nurses, Randy.
Well,
I hope you're wrong. I do hope you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
King of Kitten says, hey, Jeffrey, the king is on a quest for tacos. Could you please inform all the citizens of the Fourth Dimension that the King of Kittens will be traveling through the intersection of 7th Street and Bell Road, so please step aside. Yes, we do occasionally do this for King of Kittens, so attention, if you are driving on 7th Street or Bell Road near that intersection, immediately pull off the road into a parking lot. Please do so safely. We need to clear the road for King of Kittens so he can get his taco fix on. So please, if you're on 7th Street, anywhere near Bell Road, and if you're on Bell Road, anywhere near 7th Street, get the hell off the road until we give you the all clear, please.
King of Kittens, where are you going to get your tacos? It is Taco Tuesday.
He says it's a quest, so I don't know if he even knows, but
nice.
Let's find out. Baker's Cocky Hen says, honest question. Does him being short help? Seems the tendon would be smaller and able to heal better than giant Kevin Durant and his foot tendon.
I mean, I
Nice
have
try,
no
Baker
idea.
Shuckigans.
I am not a physician. I have no
Yeah.
insight into
There's
whether or
no
not
difference
height
in
affects Achilles recovery.
there's no difference in the length. And as I'm sure you've been told a lot of times, Baker Cocky Hens, it's just the motion of the ocean, baby. It doesn't matter how small it is. 888-368-1580. Hey, Randy.
Hey, Jeffrey.
So I guess the Panthers are having some conflicts with the NASCAR races and stuff. Yeah,
Are they?
President's Cup finale and also the NASCAR races and stuff.
Okay.
And so their home games. I don't understand. Are they doing NASCAR races in the Panther Stadium?
No.
Well,
No,
then what's
but
the big deal?
Well, they want to make sure that the home crowds are available to come and support the Panthers. And generally, what happens is when the NASCAR race is going on, the NASCAR fans won't show up to a football game. I don't know what they're worried about.
You tell me there's not enough people to watch football
Absolutely.
and NASCAR. Then guess
Absolutely.
what? They shouldn't have a team.
But that's not true. The
No, they
Charlotte,
shouldn't have a team.
the Charlotte metropolitan area has enough human beings to support a NASCAR race.
But
and a
if
football
you
team.
can't put the butts in the seats of a Panthers game while there's a NASCAR race on, they should lose their team.
It sounds like an excuse, and I know that this is the NASCAR capital of the damn world. But listen, there's plenty of people there in the Charlotte metro area that can support this football team. I don't think they have anything to worry about.
I mean, to the extent that you have anything to worry about, it's because you haven't drafted a quarterback or found a quarterback lately worth a damn, and that's your fault. That's
the
not
real
NASCAR's
reason.
fault.
Yeah.
Well, let me just tell you, if you had a decent team there and you had a NASCAR race on and there wasn't a full stadium, I swear to God, if I were the commissioner, I would send this team to Kansas. And that, there ain't enough people in Kansas to fill a stadium. So that's what I would do just to spite them.
Would you send them to Kansas, really? Because I think I would send them to Alabama.
Oh, that's even better. No, you're right. Alabama. I don't even pick a city, Keon. You're from the South. Where can we put this team in Alabama?
I'd probably go Birmingham.
Yeah, that's where the Crimson Tide are, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Oh, no, they're in Tuscaloosa.
But put Birmingham team in Tuscaloosa.
Birmingham's a big.
No, I want to put them in Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
It's a punishment, Keon. It's a punishment. Joe the Show says, if this pick falls in or out of the 10th of the draft for the Lakers, it'll either go to Memphis or New Orleans. Oh, that's right. They're doing the draft lottery right now, aren't they?
Right now, yeah. Got it up on
the Suns are nowhere near anything, so we don't care.
No.
They're nowhere
I'm
near
sure
anything.
the Lakers
and they
fans
traded
have
away their pick.
The Lakers fans have a lot to care about right now.
Yeah.
We just all right, let's take a break. We'll come back, and I don't know what we're doing next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Looking ahead to playoff action coming up on Wednesday night. First off, in the NBA playoffs, the Western Conference Finals set to get underway. The Golden State Warriors will match up against the Dallas Mavericks in San Francisco. Golden State is sitting as a 5-point favorite in game number one. The over-under at 214.5. The Warriors do have the overall best odds to win the NBA championship this year. Stanley Cup playoff action on Wednesday night. Carolina, a -170 favorite against the New York Rangers, and Calgary, a -160 favorite against the Edmonton Oilers. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Matt Crowder live at the gas station on 41st Street, reporting on those skyrocketing gas prices. Excuse me, miss, are you buying less gas now because of the high prices?
Oh, I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Well, does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Stop Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app and get real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code DRAG for a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code DRAG for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code DRAG.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
At Progressive, you can get 24/7 protection, even if you break the space-time continuum.
Ted, wake up. Huh? You look exactly like me. I am you, Ted, from the future. You need to call Progressive. What? Why? Well, they have 24/7 protection when you bundle your home and auto. And my teleportation cube just smashed into your car. Wait, you crashed into my car? Technically, it's our car.
Progressive offers more than a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, which literally means anytime. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Arizona Rattlers football.
Exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
And at 1580thefanatic.com.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Tune in to hear every home game live.
Let's go, boys.
Don't miss a second of all the high-paced action as the Rattlers chase another world championship.
Hey, if we're going to win, it's going to be on us.
Rattlers football on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Or streaming live at 1580thefanatic.com.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So what do you guys want to talk about? We can keep talking NFL. We can talk about Celtics Heat game that comes at 5:30 p.m. And that's on the ESPN, by the way. We could talk about some more baseball weirdness. We could talk about the DeAndre Ayton situation and what to do about the Phoenix Suns. So I'll just put it out there for you guys. What would you rather talk about?
I'm feeling Eastern Conference Finals right now.
All right. How about you, Randy?
Yeah, I mean, Eastern Conference Finals, I think that's at the forefront of everybody's thinking right now. As far as the DeAndre Ayton thing, there's a lot of speculation. I don't really want to go there right now.
All right. Fair enough. Let's do this. Boston Celtics visiting the Miami Heat, who have home court advantage in this playoff action. And right now, I think that the people are giving the Heat the edge, mostly because of these injuries, right, Keon?
Yeah, at least to start the series, because I don't think that the Marcus Smart injury is so bad he won't be back. But I think that the Celtics do have a scoring edge that probably should be brought up a lot. Jason Tatum is a prolific scorer, has mastered everything from the mid-range to the long range. He knocks down threes at a very good clip. He can get to the basket whenever he wants. And we've seen it in this postseason. If you've got a really good team and a guy that can make his own shot, you can go quite a ways. And Jason Tatum gives them that. Jaylen Brown on some nights gives them that too. So I don't want to write the Celtics off, but I would give the Heat the edge in game one just because they're healthier.
Hey, Randy, can you do me a favor? Can you look up what the current odds are for Celtics Heat on your FanDuel account? Because the line has moved, at least for the Caesar Sportsbook. It was -2.5 for the Heat. And because of the injuries for the Celtics, it's now -4. So I don't know if the over-under has changed because of these
these injuries. So I don't have an accurate sports line in front of me right now. So if somebody could check that, and we can talk about what the over under is, or see what the money line is and see what the spread's all about. 888-368-1580. Boogie says fire Adam Silver. NBA draft is rigged. Let me guess, the Pistons didn't get Jack, huh? All right. Fair enough. So tonight, wait a second. One of the boys is suffering on COVID, right? And the other one's got an actual injury. One of them's in protocol. So how many games do you think for both of these guys to be out, Horford and Smart?
I'm not really clear on how long Horford is going to be out. I still need to do some more digging on that. But
Smart has the midfoot sprain. Horford's in the protocol. So,
yeah, I think with Horford, he's just, if you're in the protocol, we know how that goes. It's going to be consecutive tests, though it has seemed like that process has gone a bit faster. As we've gotten closer to quote unquote the end of COVID, it's a process that seems to move along a little bit quicker. So I don't think Al Horford is going to miss more than a couple of games.
I'll tell you what, these are the games to miss, because if you already figured the home court advantage for the Heat on the Celtics, at least that gives you a shot to come back, win your games, and even up the series. I mean,
right,
depending on how fast.
And that matters too. But I think Marcus Smart might be the more important player. Just perimeter defense being more important in defending Miami with what Jimmy Butler is able to do. So I would say that Marcus Smart's probably the bigger guy there. And I think that's probably a couple games too, because he has been missing time this postseason, but it's never been more than a handful of games. And then he's been back in the lineup and trying to contribute. So we'll see. But that was a pretty rough injury he had. But I wouldn't say more than a couple of games for either guy.
Jeffrey, right now the spread is -4.5 in favor of the Miami Heat.
All right. And what's the over under? Do you have an over under on this one?
The over under is 203.
All right. Well, that really hasn't changed too much. But that spread, whew, that's a huge change right there. I would imagine we're all going to give the advantage to the Miami Heat, at least like Keon said, for the moment. But if all things were equal, Keon, what would we be talking about here? Would we be looking at the Celtics with an advantage, or would you still feel like the Heat, have a little more gusto than the Celtics?
I honestly would give the Celtics the edge. The way that they've played this postseason, the way that they've been able to score the basketball. I think of the two teams, they had the toughest road to get to this point. I know that the Bucks didn't have Chris Middleton, but stopping Giannis is its own task. And it took them 7 games to get it done, and they were able to find ways to slow down Giannis. And I just really am a big fan of what they're able to do on both ends of the floor. They are so good defensively, but they can also score like any high output offensive team. And I think that gives you a more well-rounded squad. I don't like Miami's scoring as much as I like Boston. So that's why I'm going to give them the edge.
So true or false, one or both of these guys get back by game 3, the Celtics have a chance. If they don't, it's over.
I wouldn't even say it's over without him.
That's why I said true or false.
So I'm going to say false.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's over without him because of they're deep. They have a Grant Williams that they can put out there to play that Al Horford role. And yeah, you are going to miss Marcus Smart, but Jason Tatum stepped up in a big way and guarded the best player in every series that they've played so far for large stretches of the game. He took time and guarded Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant had the worst playoffs he's ever had. He took time and guarded Giannis, and Giannis is going to do Giannis things and score. But and he was getting beat up by Giannis too. I mean, it's just there's no getting around that. But he was able to affect what Giannis was doing well enough that it wasn't easy. He made life difficult for Giannis. So you don't have Marcus Smart. Do I think that Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown has what it takes to go on Jimmy Butler and contain him? I do. I really do.
Lost Toby says, is it bad to wish COVID a false positive on Luka? Oh, I see what you did there. You're wishing a false positive on Luka. No, I think that's fine. That's fine. If you were wishing actual COVID on him, well, that wouldn't be too great. But here I am. I don't know if I got a leg to stand on when I said that I wish somebody would punch him in the face because he was all smug and that whole thing. I was wishing somebody would punch him in the face. Bruce Jacobs on the morning show, I guess, had the exact same sentiment. And I'm sure a lot of you guys out there watching the game were just like, somebody stop him. Just put an elbow right there into his teeth, knock them all out, please. I'd rather probably see a guy get punched than get COVID because, who knows what's going to happen with the COVID, right? Fish Tank says, did you guys see the Craig Kimbrell balk on purpose because there was a Diamondback on second and he was concerned they might be sign stealing? Maybe the Dodgers need to start using electric signs or something, huh? He balked on purpose because there was a Diamondback on second and he was concerned they might be sign stealing. Well, what I don't understand. Why is that relevant? That's a fair and square way of stealing sign, right?
If he balks on second, if he balks with a runner on second, the runner advances to third base. Now the runner does not have a clear picture of what the signs are coming from the catcher to the pitcher.
That's just a sound strategy.
So he's just moving him. He's moving him out of the way with a false move by the pitcher. That's a balk, and what that means is he moves up one base. The runner moves up one base.
Yeah, I don't care what the Dodgers do. They won the game, but that's a kind of a dumb thing to do. I think. I think you start using electric signs. You start using what's available to you, so you don't have to advance a runner. I mean, that could have turned out very badly for them.
I mean, it could have, but I guess they feel confident enough that they can shut down whoever the batter was. And there must have been 2 outs in the inning, and they must have felt confident that they can get this guy out. They must have had enough statistical information on this guy to know that he's not a threat to drive in a run. And that's where the Diamondbacks need to drive in a run.
And some batteries don't feel comfortable using the electronic stuff yet. Some pitchers and catchers, they just haven't been on the same page with it. So if they're not comfortable doing it, then you do it the old-fashioned way.
Well, they need to get comfortable doing it. If that's such a concern, come on, man. Baker's Cocky Hen says, does anyone not from Boston like Boston anything? I like the Celtics. Okay. I mean, I like the Boston Red Sox. Okay. Generally, whenever they beat New York teams, then I'm a fan. Outside of that, no. There's a lot of bad Boston fans, if we're honest. And I think that's the big turnoff more than just anything else. I don't know. Do you like anything Boston? Boston cream pie? That's all they have, right?
Boston cream pie is good. Well, don't they have like
Boston baked beans,
chowder, and
you get chowder anywhere.
All the seafood stuff. Yeah, and I like the Celtics. All right, they're a classy organization.
Yeah, Randy, what about you?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, when Kurt Schilling was pitching for Boston when they were going for that first World Series win in 1,000 years. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
A lot of racists though in Boston, so that makes it.
That's true.
It makes it tough to like.
Yeah. And I'm Irish. I'm ashamed of those versions of the Irish. Mr. Pringle says reason why Suns can't control Luka is because not one single Suns player would mess up his hair. That's the thing. You got to get in there. You got to mess up Luka's hair. It's not easy to do, but if you do it, you own him. King Kitten says, Randy, tonight's tacos are from a small shop in the neighborhood, Sonoran style on corn tortillas, Al Cabron. So, by the way, if you're there, can we go ahead and let people get back on the roads again?
Yeah.
Can we go ahead and resume traffic at 7th Street and Bell?
Can we, please?
Yeah, you needed to let us know that, man. That's rude to leave people hanging like that. Lost Toby, thank you for that. 888-368-1580. So, all right. Anything else we want to talk about when it comes to the Celtics or the Heat there? Or should we talk about something else now?
I just have this feeling the Celtics are going to end up winning. The Heat have been a strong team all season long. And I think this is going to be a 7-game series, but I am so impressed by the way Boston has been playing and the coaching by this new Boston Celtics head coach. I would not surprise me to see Boston go to the finals out of the East.
And Boston had to overcome a real challenge in the Bucks.
Yeah.
I think the Heat have cruised so far in these playoffs because they got a beat up Hawks team, and then they got an even more beat up 76ers team. So this is going to be their toughest playoff opponent so far. I don't know if they're ready, but we'll see.
Well, with the over-under, I'm going to go under on the 203. Well, how about you, Randy?
Yeah, I'm going to go under because you got those two guys that are hurt with Boston. Give me the under on that one.
Keon?
Give me the under as well. These are the two best defensive teams. All year long, they were two of the best in the NBA. And right now, of the four teams left, they're the best. So I think that I'm going to take the under on that. I think they don't score very much on either side.
Ookla says, like me some baked beans, but yeah, Boston is pretty racist. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Luka Skywalker uses the Force to move guys like Cam Johnson out of the way. Then he drains an open three. Listen, Luka is, he's a douche nozzle, and I hate his face, but holy God, he's a good player. You can't ever take any of that away from him. When he gets his shot, he is effective anywhere and everywhere all the time. He is in a special zone right now. You got to give him his respect.
Well, mad respect to him. But, Keon and I were saying, and I think you said it too, Jeffrey, you got to let Luka do Luka. And you've got to knock those other guys down.
Yep.
And it just seemed like in the first couple of games, Monty was making some good, adjustments for the team. But in the last four games, it just seemed like he wasn't making those same adjustments. He was just letting. And I think you're right. And a team that was so good has got a playoff experience like the Suns had. They should not have panicked. The coach of the year, Monty Williams, should not have panicked. The players, CP3, Booker, DeAndre Ayton, the rest of the Jay Crowder, those guys should not have panicked. They should have just let Luka do what he does and knock the other guys down.
Well, that worked to the point, except for when he's dropping threes. And then the whole contain Luka, let him have a free path to the basket kind of goes away.
Yeah.
So I guess who on the Suns was effective at stopping Luka?
Well, there's a way to force him in so he doesn't just sit there and shoot threes.
But who could do that? Who was the guy who gave him fits?
I thought Jay Crowder played the best defense on him that anybody played.
And they should have kept him on him.
As much as possible. And I understand that in the NBA, we're going to do a lot of pick and roll stuff. We're going to try and get a lot of screens and try and switch Jay Crowder off of Luka. But this is the NBA. I mean, everybody has their responsibilities of, okay, I'm going to fight over this screen because I can't allow this shooter to shoot, to see the ball go in the basket.
But Randy, you're right. What they should have done is, even if it's a three, be patient, because that shot for Luka was not going to drop forever. It seemed like it was going to. It seemed like it did. But they should have shut down the rest of the team, had somebody really focus. If he wants to get to the basket, okay, but don't let him have that three. That should have been the main focus for whoever they decided would have the most success. It certainly was never going to be Chris Paul. And if they had done that, they'd have won the series. And Monty Williams is way smarter than we are when it comes to basketball. And all the respect in the world, he's a damn good coach of the year. He deserves all those accolades. But if dumbass Jeffrey O'Brien saw this before and sees it after, the hell were they doing? Was it just that the players weren't executing? And Monty was already like, yeah, we got to do this. Okay, well, that's not happening. Okay, I guess we got to do this. And he was adjusting against his own players instead of against the other team. Is that why he's yelling at DeAndre Ayton? You quit on us.
It seemed like I won't even talk about the DeAndre Ayton situation. I don't even want to talk about that because I have my thoughts. Looking back at some of these games, I have my thoughts about DeAndre Ayton, and maybe in a few days I'll share those. But the bottom line is, imagine, if you will, a team of T-ballers running after the ball. Every time Luka had the ball, everybody rotated to Luka instead of standing their ground and defending the other four guys.
Absolutely right. And that's what Gamecock says. Gamecock says you got to stop Mavs 3-point shooters. Luka is like an out of shape LeBron. He's going to get his points. You got to stop his passing. You're not wrong, Gamecock. You're not wrong. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we've got Big George's sports history and the Wheel of Sports. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. That's 800-807-1981.
Can you tell which pills contain the deadly dose of fentanyl? Neither can your child. Counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl are killing Arizona's youth at an alarming rate. They're cheap, easy to get, and just one pill can kill. Get the facts on fentanyl at talknowaz.com. Talk with your children. Monitor their texts and social media. Visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Uncertain times can lead to fearful investing, which could leave you in a bad spot, especially if you're trading on emotion. When tumult opens and closes the market, you need sound advice.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. If fear has you in its grips, it's time to take a look at your investments. At Compact Asset Management, we specialize in providing complete wealth management solutions to help you reach your financial goals, no matter where the market goes. Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say talk to Mo for a free portfolio review. We will also discuss how we can work together to create your customized retirement plan. Call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo, and let us help you take the fear out of your portfolio. Again, call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services member, FINRA SIPC.
Download the Fanatic app. News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store, and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Mr. Wilbur says, I'm already bored with summer. Can you tell us when the NFL training camp start? First off, it is not proper summer until it's hit 110 degrees. Right now, you're in the first moments of what we call spring. Yeah, and then it's hot. So as far as when is NFL training camp starting, I don't know. I don't have that information. Keon, you want to check on that for the Arizona Cardinals? Fed fan says the Suns showed the Warriors how not to guard the Mavericks. My God.
You know, and it's sad because I think Jeffrey's 100% right. I think the Suns just kind of panicked. They kept seeing these 30-point, 35, 40-point games from Luka Doncic, and they felt like we need to pay attention to him. But it was right there in front of them, right under their nose. The first couple of games, they did what they needed to do to shut down the Mavericks, and they didn't do it.
And by the way, Cardinals training camp, that's July 30th.
Wow. Is that late?
That's when when the veterans show up. So there are, mini camps and voluntary ones, but
the rookie camp was going on this week.
Yeah. So that's happening. But
I don't know when we can go down to State Farm Stadium and go in there and watch them. I mean,
well, that's July.
General public.
That'll be in July.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess we could go whenever we feel like it.
Maybe we could talk to Jim Barnett. I mean, we've got an in there.
Well,
we could
also,
talk to Jim.
I'm sure we can.
We could do a broadcast. We could do a damn broadcast from there live from Cardinal Stadium.
About that, there's a monopoly on that, so we will not be allowed to do those things.
What are you talking about?
There's a radio station who has them forever.
They don't have to know we're there, Jeff Coe.
Okay, I like your thinking.
Incognito.
I don't know if we can smuggle in a broadcast equipment in a bag.
We need a Comrex, 3 headsets. We go down there. Nobody knows. We're in section 508.
The headsets will be a dead giveaway, Randy.
No, we're in section 508. The other guys will be down on the damn field, not knowing what to do, playing, slap and tickle with the players. Hell, we'll be up there having fun.
I did do that once with the Warriors. It turned out we were not supposed to be in the booth during practice, and I was like, "Yeah!" because it was a great shot by Steph Curry. And then they all looked up at us like, "Oops, we'll show ourselves out." Yeah. I like your thinking, Randy. Well, let's have a meeting about it later.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to the other point about the Warriors, I do think the Warriors have some ability to guard Luka in a way that the Suns kind of didn't, where Luka's not just a capable scorer, not just somebody who can get his shot anywhere on the floor. He's really strong. And if you don't have somebody with size who can go up against him, well, the Warriors have Draymond Green. The Warriors have Kevon Looney, who is a big guy who is very agile for his size. And those guys are going to be able to take turns guarding Luka and making life a little bit more difficult for him, where you don't even have to worry about, hey, should I double him? Should I bring somebody over when he gets to this spot on the floor? You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. The Warriors have, I think, a bit more of that mid-range size to deal with what Luka offers and brings to the table.
Well, again, it's not even about stopping him from getting to the basket. It's just to try to slow him down on his 3-point shooting. If you can just do that, it's enough. And you're right. By the way, I'm sorry, I'm stuck on the idea of us sneaking into the Cardinals and doing a show during training camp. If we use our phone headsets instead of these headsets, they have your phone headset has the earbuds and the little microphone. It might not be as good quality audio, but I think the super fans listening would forgive us just knowing that we were getting away with something.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jeff Coe. Maybe we get some of those pod phone, what do you call those? In-ear monitor pod phone.
No, your regular earbuds with the wire.
Oh, you mean
down.
like the Skull Candy ones? You
Yes.
get the Kmart,
Yes.
the Walmart, whatever it is now. You get the Skull Candy.
Right.
I want the ones that are blue. I don't want the pink ones.
That's fine. You get the blue ones, but we'll just sit
I
there.
want the blue ones.
We'll sit there and we'll hide the Comrex and we'll just sit there. They won't know that we're sitting there doing a radio show. They'll
Can we hide the Comrex down your britches again? Because
Absolutely.
last time that worked
Absolutely.
great. Yeah.
And they won't see it. They'll just think, well, there's 3 guys sitting there on the phone talking. That's all they'll think. We can get away with this.
Well, we're way the hell up there. I mean, we're in section 962. We're up there by the outer skin of the stadium, way on the top.
No. If we're doing this, we're sitting as close to the front as we can, and we're just doing the show.
Well, it's kind of like when we broke our way into the Fiesta Bowl parade many years ago. You and I, Jeffrey, we get the damn binoculars out.
We were invited.
We stand on that Camelback Mountain there. We're calling the parade with our binoculars.
No,
you know what I mean?
They gave us the script. We were invited.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I did. You played Al Roker. I played Janine Ford, and we read off the NBC script. They gave
I don't know
it
what
to
you're
us.
talking about. I thought we were
to the Fiesta.
standing on the damn Paradise Valley Mountain there. What is it? The sleeping monk there?
Your memory is odd on that. We were on the risers.
Here comes another one with the chrysanthemums and sunflower seeds.
I posted the pictures. We were on a riser right there on the street. Remember, KUPD ran off because our speakers were too loud, and they were. Wah, wah. Remember that?
We ran them off.
Yeah,
we were too loud for them.
Yeah. So I don't know. your memory of events is.
Well, there was another. We must have done something from a mountaintop when we were using the binoculars. I felt like Norman Schwarzkopf there calling in an airstrike, calling something. You and I were doing something with.
I don't remember that. See, you remember a lot of stuff I don't remember though from the old days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of diving on the floor. This is like premier playoff basketball is happening.
Oh, is it? The game?
Yeah, don't try to change the damn subject. We're talking about radio in the old days.
I just heard a little silence.
No one gives a damn about guys on the floor.
It's the Celtics and the Heat in the Eastern Conference Final. We were just talking about it. We gave a damn like 15 minutes ago.
Well, that was then. This is now.
Okay, well the Celtics are up 7-0.
Well, that's something. That is something. Considering we thought it was going to go the other way. All right. Keep us up to date unless you're annoying. 888-368-1580. That's just, I think that's always a rule. Keep us up to date unless you're annoying. Joe the Show says Warriors will win because they have the discipline of knowing they can only contain Luka and will then therefore only worry about scoring, and this will fire Luka out. First few games will be high-scoring games. All right, there's some analysis by Joe the Show. Fed Fan says, when Cardinal security shows up, just act like you're talking to space aliens. I bet they'll leave you alone.
Well, we've got Jim Barnett. He's going to help us out. We're going to be up at actually.
Are you kidding me? He's going to risk his job for us.
Jim will put us up in his nest. Of course, I'm scared of heights. Where's he at?
All right, Card's voice. If you can help us, I just don't want to risk his job. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't want to risk his job either, but I mean.
I don't know if we should drag him into this, but if he could get us in there to do it, we should totally do it.
Yeah.
Mr. Wilbur says, supposedly by start of Cardinal season, there's going to be 16,000 square foot MGM gambling facility right there on the Cardinals lawn. That'd be a great place for a blender remote. Again, they are never going to let us do it on the out in the open because there's another radio station who basically, I don't know who owns who, but they won't let us. So not for lack of our trying.
They'll never know we're there.
I think
they'll never know we're there.
Well, we should probably get some fake mustaches and noses and glasses,
absolutely,
so nobody recognizes us.
You know what we could do? I just thought of this. What we could do? I just thought of this. We get on one of those concourses up there on the mezzanine level there, level 2, with a telescope, right? And we could do the damn remote from there.
I don't want to do it with telescopes or binoculars, Randy. I want to be right there in the mix. I want to be sitting right there in the stands.
Well, I do know Larry Fitzgerald. I could probably call in a favor.
You should call in a favor, but I don't think he's going to be there with the team. So it's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history.
I could call in a favor.
Back in the year 1939, the very first baseball game ever televised, Princeton University defeats Columbia University 2-1 in 10 innings at Baker Field in New York. This game, carried by W2XBS, an experimental television station in Manhattan, reached a handful of viewers in New York City. Yeah. Nobody thought it would work. Nobody thought it would last. In fact, New York Times says it's difficult to see how this sort of thing could ever catch the public's fancy. Well, you know, the New York Times.
Always ahead of the curve, that Times.
Yeah, that's sort of the way the reporting goes over there, isn't it? Let's spin the wheel of sports, Randy, and see what we randomly talk about next, shall we? So yesterday we told you about the raccoon that was running, a couple of them running loose in the stands.
I had a dream about that last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, tell us about it.
That I was grabbing this raccoon. We were at a ball game, the three of us.
Yeah.
And I reached down to grab this raccoon. He was biting me on the wrist back here, on the wrist. I woke up in my wrist because I'd been scratching my wrist. Had a little blood on there. But I thought, you know what? I would reach down and grab that raccoon.
Yeah. And then enjoy the painful rabies shots. Don't grab the raccoon, man. Just let it go. Well, now, okay, that was minor league, but what happened in Oakland Coliseum, This should not happen. Now, the Oakland Coliseum, that's been around since 1968. That's where the Oakland A's play. And they're trying to move to a new stadium. It's going to take a couple of years. And as they're broadcasting, the play-by-play guy gets tapped in the shoulder. They're like, hey, Dick, you're going to need to get out of the booth. He's like, why? Well, there's a possum that's been running around, and they think he might be, and just as they say it, in the ceiling.
What?
And he chews his way through the ceiling. He's getting through the wires. He was down on the field, then he escaped, and somehow he got in through the ducts. And the exterminator was getting in there trying to get that evil possum out of there. But he just poked his head straight through that ceiling tile and started coming down into the press box.
Wow. That's a little horrifying.
Yeah. Nature is frightening. So, and it's not the first time possums have been running around the Coliseum there. They got to burn that place to the ground when they're done with it. That's what I think.
I don't think anyone should have to use that afterwards.
Blissful Hayes says, why does the Celtics coach always wear his mask on his neck? Because he has a tracheotomy, and that's the safest place for him to wear that net.
Yep.
He's got a hole in his throat.
Yep. True story.
Yeah, and when he talks to the players he's got those little electric voice boxes. He's like, "All right, I want you to be a little bit more aggressive on defense." Yeah, true story, Blissful Hayes. You probably have to pause it to see it, but it's there. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us. We will see you back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Have a good night, everybody.